stepping into the lead role in the backfield, and he was an absolute savage today.
Yeah, no, really nice job. And that's what you get, with Tony Pollard. We've seen really all year long from him those explosive plays. And him as the featured guy, I think shows you, a credit to him for being ready, all those carries. How many times, Eric, have we Tony Pollard used to come in, it's like, okay, third series he's in. Well, now with the rotation the way it is, at least through the first 8 games, it was really Zeke and Pollard. It didn't matter. Like Tony Pollard closed games. We've seen him be the guy on the field trying to close a game, and we'd never really seen that before. So it's not like he just came in and like, okay, let's see what you can do. He was able to, and really nice job too with what they were doing, able to do up front. With the run block and stuff, the young tight ends, Schultz, those guys did a really nice job. Smith, Martin, give all those guys, Biotish, a lot of credit for the way they were opening up some of those holes.
Yeah, very, very impressive. Tyler Smith had a couple of really nice blocks as well. I think he had a super, super awesome block on that big Tony Pollard touchdown run.
Sure did.
Pollard finishes the day with 14 carries, 131 yards. 3 touchdowns, one of them being the 54-yard scamper there, and it's an average of 9.4 yards a carry for Tony Pollard. Just a truly dominant day for him. And the rushing game in general for the Cowboys, 29 carries, 200 yards. They average 7 yards a pop, and they get 4 touchdowns on the ground today. And how about Dak Prescott getting involved a little bit? He had a quarterback sneak. It was probably the longest run on a quarterback sneak I've ever seen in my life. He goes for 25 yards. Gets a little bit banged up on the left hand this time.
Right.
Not enough to keep him out of the game, of course. But it was nice to see Dak decide to use his legs at least a little bit today. 5 carries, 34 yards, and one of those ends up in a touchdown.
Yeah, I think they did it very smartly. I really do think that Kellen Moore called an excellent game today. And, I don't know, Mike McCarthy maybe in his ear on some of this stuff. But he was really, those first 4 drives of the game, super impressive with the way, and we talked about it at halftime, the unpredictability, the off balance that he was able to keep the Bears. Bears really weren't able to make any big adjustments, that I saw that they had a couple of plays here and there. Really, Dak, I felt like threw that one bad ball that was the interception. Maybe they got a little greedy, thinking, well, I don't blame him, though. 40 seconds, you got a timeout. They haven't really stopped you. Go down there and try and get points. I know some people were saying, just run the ball, get out of the half. But, the Bears were going to get the ball to start the second half. It's just unfortunate how it kind of went down. I don't think Dak saw the safety particularly well on that play. And, and you can talk about what CD, does CD need to go for the ball and all that, but probably didn't think that Dak was going to throw it to him up the middle like that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I like the aggressive nature that the offense chose to go with there. To close out the half, 40 seconds. You mentioned the timeout. You're playing fantastic offensively. You have all the confidence there, and then you could really seemingly put the game away with any points at that point in the game. And then after the interception, things get a little bit haywire there. But the Cowboys started the game incredibly well offensively. Perfect 6 for 6 on third down in half number 1. That was a huge question coming in. And overall, the third down offense was superb today. And it was the first time since December 21st of 2014, Broadus, that Dallas had scored a touchdown on each of their first 4 possessions.
Dang.
And it was the first time in Dak's career that they did that. So they really came out of the gates on fire offensively, and it was just a really, really nice thing to see, especially when you consider the fact that the Cowboys scored 28 points in the first half, and entering the game today, they had not scored more than 25 points in a full game this season.
Yeah, a lot to what was going on with, Dak Prescott. We talked about it in the pregame show where he was able to get a full week of practice. It wasn't just throwing against air. You saw Dak Prescott. They had a normal schedule this week, and it looked like an offense that had some practice, that had some cohesion, some togetherness, the scheme, the way they were able to, to manufacture the offense, the play calling. Everything looked really back to normal, because let's be honest, that first game against Tampa is one that we all want to forget. And then, Cooper Rush saves the day for you, gets in the position now where you're 6-2 going into the bye. But, yeah, Dak Prescott from last week to this week, remarkably different in the way that he played. I thought he was good last week, even better this week with that week of practice.
Yeah, very, very sharp. And we're just getting started here on the Pepsi postgame show, the official postgame show, the Dallas Cowboys live from the Miller Lite Club here inside of AT&T Stadium. And, of course, we're taking your calls and right up until 6 o'clock. We'll give way to the Cowboys, the Specs Cowboys postgame show. It'll be Kevin Gray, and it'll be Bobby Belt on the flagship side of things on 105.3 The Fan. 877-881-1053. Would love to take your calls and texts. And, of course, we'll hear from Mike McCarthy after the game, get his thoughts, Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott, and all sorts of locker room sound as well, which is going to be fantastic. I'm sure the party atmosphere is rocking inside the Cowboys locker room today because now they have the rest of the afternoon to enjoy themselves, and you head into the bye week at 6-2. And it feels like this is a great time to get the bye week going.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you had guys falling all over the place.
Right.
There was a lot of guys inactive. Seems like the perfect time. Get the victory. You're 6-2. You go rest for a week and a half or so, and then you come back ready to rock and roll. Lambeau Field in Green Bay brought us.
No, and you already started, 2-0 versus the NFC North, and with 2 more to play in between the bye. So, yeah, I think that it's a perfect time for them to go kind of collect their thoughts. Mike McCarthy told Brad Sham that he lets the players know the schedule before the bye even happens. And, because of the way that the collective bargaining works, you have to give these players 4 days off. So they'll go enjoy that. The guys that need treatment will get treatment, and then you come back and you get ready for the second half push.
Right.
All right, it's the Pepsi postgame show. Pepsi made for Cowboys watching. We'll hear from Mike McCarthy, Jerry Jones, and get some locker room sound. And, of course, want to hear from you at 877-881-1053. And how about this from our guy Bobby Belt here, brought us. Cowboys get the victory despite allowing 240 rushing yards to the Bears. Cowboys now 3-22. All time when they allow at least 240 rushing yards. The last time they won a game when allowing 240 rushing yards was 1995, and that really just speaks to the inability for the Bears to get much going in the passing game today. It was kind of interesting to watch them trailing by 20 points or so and still handing the ball off, and you would think they were playing with the lead.
Yeah. It was very much like in college football when you watch the service academies play.
Did I tell you?
The Air Forces and the Armies and Navies, when they run the football, they just, the passing game. Yeah, Fields made some nice throws, but when he dropped back to pass, you could tell that was not the most comfortable setup for this Bears offensive line to have to deal with that. But, great job, though, of going out and getting the victory. This is one of those offenses you talk about, Eric. You get a break, the bye week. You don't want to play against an offense like this anymore. I mean, especially with the quarterback. And, Philadelphia is different with the RPO stuff. I think Philadelphia's got a little bit better passer, so there's more P than there is RPO, with them than what you get with the Chicago Bears.
Well said there, Brian Brown, a Super Bowl champion. I'm Eric Chiafalo. We are 2/5 of the G-Bag Nation. You can hear us on the flagship 105.3 The Fan 2 to 7 weekdays. And I did want to mention one of our brothers, Zach Walchuk, who is usually in the seat with you, brought us in the post game. We're broadcasting with a heavy heart today. Walchuk out due to the passing of his grandfather, who was a legendary man and one of Walchuk.
All right, so while we getting everything straight, shout out to you, Byron. Thank you for jumping in. Yes, we will be paying attention to what the Giants will do today or what have you, and that will determine whether or not the Cowboys finish out still in third place or in second place. But at this point, being ranked in a certain places for style points, what you want to do or what happened here is continue to figure out ways to better your team. Now, I'm also looking at the waiver wire, right? Far as, not the waiver, but the trade wire, right? So we're looking for teams now that's willing to cash all in for draft picks and seeing if we can get somebody else out here to help out this team. How many players do we need? One on offense, one on defense, or are we okay with what we got now on this team? For those who tuning in to the post-game analysis and report brought to you by Law Nation Sports. I appreciate you so much. Shout out to my Facebook community. Hats off to you guys, man, so much. I didn't get a chance to have you guys on the live play-by-play action, but you guys will be here on the post-game show, and I really appreciate you guys so much for filling in. Shout out to you, Russell. Appreciate you, Billy. Thank y'all, both offense and defense. I think that the Cowboys never should be satisfied with this opportunity to improve their team. I think that heading into this bye week is a unique and wonderful thing for us. Always feel good after a win heading into a bye week. By the way, Cowboy Nation, go get DJ Moore or Quentin Williams. Quentin Williams or DJ Moore will set this team on fire, DJ. Cause appreciate you. Here's what I seen out of Jonathan Hankins. Let me pull up his thing right quick. Far as what he did, far as productions, and I think he made a few plays out there. I know he's on a stat sheet somewhere. Okay, he had 3 total tackles, 3 solos, right? And it came down into a pivotal moment for us, for him being out there on the field. Shout out to him, Is he enough? I think that for what we've seen out of Damone Clark, we got to be impressed by him with 7 total tackles, 2 solos coming in the pinch. They said that Anthony Barr had a pulled hammy, so that's why they pulled him. But from what we were looking at, it was more so than other things. Yeah, we need some milk. I feel you, Williams. But, we'll get most of this milk during this off bye week, of course, because now we have time and chances and opportunities for our guys to rest up and get well. Tony Pollard played a phenomenal game, 14 carries for 131 yards, 9.4 yards per tote, 3 touchdowns, a 54-yarder. Let's not sleep on that. Let's give this man a horn. Let's give him a horn. Dak Prescott, 21 for 27 for 250 yards. Ball average travel in the air is 9.3. 2 touchdowns, 1 running the ball with the leg, so 1 rushing touchdown. So 3 collectively, and 1 INT and 1 sack for a passer rating of 114. I give him a horn for that. CeeDee Lamb, your leading wide receiver, 5 receptions for 77 yards, 15.4 average, 1 tub, 22 was his longest. Let's give him a horn for that, 7 targets, 5 receptions. That's not a bad ratio. And then Schultz coming back, standing tall, trying to get that contract. You know how it goes. 6 receptions for 74 yards. 7 targets. If my math proved me correct, that's like passer rating when targeting right at 122, 127. So he's up there. And they finally passed the ball to Tony Pollard, 1 reception for 16, so that's good. Shout out to Kevontae Turpin. He had a good game today. Schultz got greedy. Yeah. So it's one of those things. He needed 15. This is from Georgie. 7 targets. You talking about CeeDee Lamb? I think CeeDee Lamb did exactly what he's supposed to do in this game. Outside of that one play before the half, I really upset at that one. Alligator arm. Partner of that. Alligator arm, that one, man. And it's a situation whereas now what this team got to do is just heal up. We got the bye week. The bye week will be a situation where we can sit back, look over some tape. We be the fresh team now. We get our guys back healthier. We seen Donovan Wilson. They said he was cramped up, had to go get IV. We seen J-Ron Curse. He got knocked up and nipped up in that game. So he needed to get some rest for this bye week. Malik Hooker, they didn't even play him. Even Sam Williams, they didn't even play him. So a piece of our defense, if you guys are trying to judge this defense and say this is all who this defense is, I got another one coming for you. We had a majority of our guys, like a staple piece, especially Malik Hooker. Some of those passes that was given up, normally, Hooker is back there in the backfield taking things away. And Parsons not being 100%. I see you, Brian. Yeah, Parsons was laid out at the end of the game. But he had him a touchdown. Shout out to him. A scoop fumble, recovery for a touchdown. They flag whooped us on a few plays, too. We're going to get that, by the way, Cowboy Nation. That's just how it goes. 17 unanswered points or 10 unanswered points? You might as well put 17 up there. Yep. Davis got his touches. They tried to get the same formula. Yeah, they did. They did get the same formula. Let me see. Yeah. 29 carries. Cowboys are pretty much like 37 and 4 or something like that now when they get over 28 carries or something like that. So, and I know that Lamb carry counts and that Kevontae Turpin carry count, And then they did a nice little play action after that. That's what we want to see.
And we know that's the way people are going to continue to really come after us. I thought the Bears had a really good playing a lot of scheme, a lot of different things, a lot of misdirection. So I think that the new direction today established Monday night against New England. We saw the second version of it. So this is definitely a game we could be better for. But I was just happy with the way the game started.
Coach Mike McCarthy, by the way.
That's what the preparation looked like, and I think that's always a sign of a team, hopefully starting to catch a little bit of their groove, because it's just like anything. To win in this league, you have to have it in all three phases, and frankly, we haven't done that yet this year, and today is as close as we have gotten to it.
Just close to it.
Mike Edwarder with ESPN. Tony Pollard, I assume, at least met your expectations starting for Zeke. Could you just speak to the question of his versatility and how it allows you to be more creative offensively?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we look at Tony, as a one and Zeke as a one. I know everybody keeps trying to. We're very fortunate to have this duo of backs. And we prepare that way, we scheme that way, and Tony just took the lead spot. We planned on the goal is to get him around 20 carries is what I was looking for. And frankly, if the game would have gone a different direction, he could have gone to 30. That is just. The outlook as you prepare to play an opponent each and every week. But, yeah, Tony's a very disciplined runner, and he's got the home run speed. He's the ability to run inside the tackles, but then he gets on the perimeter. He's dangerous because he breaks tackles and he can finish the run. So
yeah.
I thought Tony Pollard played the way he always does. He just had more opportunities today.
Mike, the Micah Parsons play, being pushed behind Fields, getting down in that position to make that, just – your description of that play and how rare is it for anybody to be able to make that sort of play given where he was and how it unfolded?
Yeah, Mike is such a dynamic player, and those are game-changing type plays. Not only to, create the takeaway, but to be able to finish it. I was obviously very excited, but part of me is annoyed because he wants to be on offense already. Now, I'm going to have a hard time keeping out of my office. So, but his ball security was awful. So he still needs to focus on defense.
Coach him up hard.
Coach Stu Myrick from the Horn, 104.9 in Austin. Going into the bye with a win. Defensive players took some bumps today, some bumps and bruises. I know you're looking for them to heal up in the bye week. What else are you looking forward to in the bye week?
I'll be honest with you. I'm just looking for these guys to spend as much time as they can with their family and their friends and get away from it.
Don't get too away now.
NFL season's a grind. 17 games is real. And that's the way we approach it. I think like anything as a head coach, as a younger head coach, do you give them the schedule early? Do you let them plan and so forth? But, I gave this team the schedule last Monday, and just and with that, I think it's a great opportunity to give them some type of responsibility to make sure they took care of business today. We even talked about 54% of the teams. 54% win of teams going into a bye, and that's not cutting it. We don't want to be in that part of that group, so we want to be in that, in the higher group. We averaged 72+% win percentage in the last 2 years. So I think things like that, because anytime you give a group of people more responsibility,
that is different.
Obviously it's the levels of trust you continue to do. And this team is it's built the right way, and it starts in the locker room. And I just like their maturity of how we worked this week. This was a good work week, and I think when you have a good work week and you're rewarded, that's what I'm looking for. So these guys deserve this time that they have off. We give them instruction and reminders and things like that. As far as the nutritious, talking to them, the strength conditioning. So, this is important for them to get away from it a little bit. And the reality of it is, a lot of them won't. They'll be in here in the facility. That's just kind of the way this group is wired. So, but it's a good time for us as a football team to have a bye week.
All right, there was Coach McCarthy at the podium after today's 49-29 victory. Cowboys over the Bears at AT&T Stadium, brought to you by WinStar World Casino and Resort, home to over 8,500 of your favorite electronic games, more than 1,000 table game seats, and 1,400 luxury hotel rooms. It's always a good time at Win.
Yeah, so I'm just telling everybody, man, just be careful out there, you know. Hey, ask the Monte KZ, man. It's get crazy out this mug in Dallas, man. It's a bye week. I'm not saying I'm worried about these guys. Just be cautious, man. It's Dallas, man. You know how it goes, man.
Radio Network.
Hey, guys. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it, man. What a great game today. Great game today all around.
Yep.
You know, I just wanted, and we're always partying here on Cowboy Sunday. You've been talking about that all day long, especially the party's still going. But you know what? I kept saying, and Brad Shem said it a couple of times, because we listened to him on the radio through the game. And what a shame if we would lose Pollard. For some reason, we have to keep Pollard and Zeke. It's a great combo. It's a great. Nick Eatman's been talking about all week, like we get 152 yards or whatever, and so many carries from both of them. And the second point I wanted to ask, and I asked this again, I asked this last year, and I'm asking again. Now, are we a passing team or are we a running team, the Dallas Cowboys? Because they were up and passing. It was a run and shoot all day today, a hurry-up offense. Great job. It's a great change of pace, way to do it. And I'll take a break and I'll listen to your answers. And hey, thanks again for the call. And always go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
Amen. Absolutely. Go Cowboys. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate the phone call, man. Yeah, the 1-2 punch of Zeke and Tony Pollard, certainly a beautiful thing. Hopefully Zeke comes back nice and healthy after the bye week and getting a little rest today. And Tony Pollard filled those shoes very, very nicely with 14 carries, 131 yards, not one, not two, but 3 touchdowns, one of those being a 54-yard scamper. Tony Pollard's a monster. This rushing attack with both of those guys is really, really nice. It was good to see Malik Davis, I would say, today. But
Malik Davis looked good, man.
Yeah, that's the thing about it is with Pollard, and, you know, you get him, and we talked about it earlier, you're in a situation where it wasn't like, you know, he's playing more. Through these first 8 games, he's been playing more and more and more, and, you know, they've gone to more of a balance. They said, okay, we're going to have 27 carries, you know, like Scott was talking about. We're going to get 150 yards. We're going to average 5 yards a carry. That's what this team is. It's better for 2 guys to get 27 carries than it is for 1 guy to get 27 and then not be ready to answer the bell next week or be beat up and all that. I think Kellen Moore called a really, really good game, and I've been super critical of Kellen Moore. I love the fact that he made the Bears have to defend the whole field. I like the fact the run pass balance that he was
great
able
Kellen
to,
Moore. Why
to
y'all
the motions,
listen?
the
Great Kellen Moore game.
Know, the things like, you know, to
play
get people kind of off their game, and so yeah, I was totally enthused by what I saw with really all the offensive push, because you're in a situation too where Malik Davis is, you know, last week he's playing special teams. And now he's having to play a role in your running game. And I think that just shows you about how these guys have stepped up. And Tony Pollard's a great example of guys continues to step up.
Yeah, and Malik Davis almost with a touchdown reception today.
Yeah, how about
just
that?
Had the toes get out of bounds there. But it was good to see him, his first offensive snaps of his career. The rookie, and they depended on quite a few rookies today on both sides of the ball. Cowboys depth showing out in a big way. It's a great question by Scott. Is this a running team or a passing team? Today they were an extremely well-balanced team. You have 29 carries and you have 27 pass attempts, and that's how you get it done, especially almost scoring 50 points. All right, it's a post-game party here on the Pepsi Post-Game Show, the official post-game show of the Dallas Cowboys, inside of the Miller Lite Club with Brian Broaddus and myself, Eric Chiafalo. Let's catch up with the voice of the Cowboys, Brad Sham. Coming up next, Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
At Jigsaw Dating, we are
now my guy, my dog over here, man. How you go give the Cowboys defense a D-? You got to raise up that score, man. We had a scooping score. And they flag whooped us on another play, man, with an INT. But you have to break that D down. You got to break that D down, man. You know, because from my understanding, and I'm not picking at you, I'm just pointing you out, to Roger. From my understanding, the defense, to me, they had the stops, but they had drive extenders, right? We had a bonehead play by Fowler, right? But at the edge and the cusp, on the tip of that, we had a situation whereas Chauncey Golston, he hits the quarterback. The quarterback was right to dead anyhow. But he tried to be polite by not creaming the guy, and the ball was thrown off his back foot, and it was picked off, and then we looked down, there's flag out there. I think that the refs gifted the Bears some points, but I can't give them a D. I can settle with a C+. I can settle with a C+, but I can't give this defense, especially for what they were able to do. Now, they get a D or maybe an F against the run for allowing all of those rushing yards. I can see that, but I can't give this team now 29 points. That is a lot of money, on there. But honestly, man, what you guys give this? It was 0 interceptions, man. Oh my goodness, man. Look, Diggs had him too, almost, but almost doesn't count. What about the fumble law? Yeah, man, that was crazy, right? Who is it? Herbert who fumbled, or was the other guy? But I can tell you guys right now, y'all crazy defense get an A+. Whoa, Jessica. No, I'm PVO, but I can't give him a full A+ against the run. I can give him for how they fought and they continue to fight in this game. I can give them a levels of resiliency, right? Because we had a lot of injuries to happen on the defensive side. But that scoop and score from and the play was by LVE. We will have to, at this point, grade the defense, unfortunately, individually, as far as their grades. Like, you got to give them individual grades because there was a lot of boneheaded plays, man. But I think Fowler made up for his, right? Did Fowler make up for his? Give me a yes or no. And D-Law, he kind of halfway made up for his a little bit. He had cost. Nah, I got dog, man. D-Laws, I'm in the middle with it. It's hard, baby. It's so hard to grade this defense. I ain't gonna even lie. B+. Okay, I'll settle with a B+. I'll settle. Pollard is official. Pollard, the Cowboys need to be doing this right now. By before we play the Packers, the Cowboys need to do this. Breaking news out of Frisco. The Cowboys now extended Tony Pollard to a long-term contract. He is now your quote-unquote other running back that will be paired up along the side with Ezekiel Elliott for the next 3 years. That need to happen. Flat out, that need to happen. They need to flat out have that to happen out of Parsons. Not Parsons, but Pollard, I meant to say. Well, Parsons, you could try to extend it, but he probably say, nah, I got one more year before y'all can even do the extension here. But they need to do that. Pollard showed his what off in that 54-yarder, baby. That, even though that was the touchdown, I believe that other run was even better.
Boys license plate.
All right, can't wait to hear Brad Sham, man, the voice of the Cowboys, man. Hey, y'all with me, right? Dean, what's good with you, man? Thank you for tuning in. Chicago ran 40+, what you expect. Only bad are, penalties, yeah. Bad pickup, follow-up, with bad play call, 3 and out. Yeah, you're right.
Things you love.
But here's the thing, though, man. Shout out to Justin Fields, though, man. God, dog. Let me drink my, let me drink me a coconut drink on that one, man. Shout out to him, man. But I do like Bland. Let's give a round of applause for Bland, man. Man, my guy, he's still tall in this game. Hey, it was. You got to respect what Bland was doing.
Vision correct.
They still on commercial, man. I can't wait to hear what he got to say. But who else? I know I'm missing out. Someone else I'm missing out on this defense. Oh, Donovan Wilson.
This is Sparta!
Donovan Wilson, man. Put y'all heads together for Dono, and I'm glad that it was just cramps. Wasn't nothing really serious, man. Shout out to Dono. Hey, at the end of the day, they need to have also, some Cowboys been busy during this bye week, and they are now extending Donovan Wilson for a long-term contract to play with the star on the side of his helmet. I think that this guy's phenomenal. Let's give a round of applause to this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Bye week action?
I mean, there's some work to be done, but I don't have to prepare for a game. So, yes, that'll be fun.
So I will let you just dance with this one however you want, because there was so much fun and so much to enjoy on both sides of the ball here. But offensively, what stood out to you?
Let's go, Brad.
There was bound to be a game when they had to play offense to win. Yeah. And it's not that the defense was bad, although if you start taking calls, you're going to get calls say, well, I thought the defense was good. They gave up all that rushing. Bears are leading the league in rushing, okay? They're unique. Yeah. They're unusual. But you're just going to have a day when you're going to have to play offense. So I think, Eric, what stood out, I mean, obviously you can say Parsons was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
But I think what stood out was that today was a day when they had to make some plays.
Today was a good day.
The quarterback ran for 25 yards on a quarterback sneak.
That's crazy.
And somebody got Schultz involved.
Somebody said it before the game kicked off.
But I think that's a big deal. Lamb is looking more like a guy that you can rely on. And, they hit 3 straight slants for first downs to Gallup early in the game. So all of that versatility. And there are other things they had that they have used. They didn't have to use today. So that was good. I mean, what were they, 9 of 11 on third down?
Yes.
You'll win a lot of games if you're 9 of 11 on third down.
Lying.
If I told you that the Bears ran 18 straight plays after the Parsons scoop and score, would you believe me there?
I mean, in advance, I would say, what do you mean 18 plays?
They ran 18 plays after that. And see, to me, it was one of those things where it's hard to get off the field against them. I think it's hard to get off the field. The Bears' offensive line is not good.
Well, I mean, we were just having this conversation, and you can talk more about the why than I can, because I just said...
I was trying to figure out why.
Well, I said it during the game. I said, we're going to draft all of this. It's not the draft out of college.
Yeah.
We're going to go right now. Yeah. We're going to put the names on the board, players playing in the league, and we're going to pick them. Now you're going to put the Bears' offensive lineman. Other than the right guard...
Jenkins, yeah.
I don't know how many of those guys are getting taken, until you're, out of play. But their scheme and your point about the misdirection.
Right.
That they do that really well, and their backs are good, and the quarterback, I think, is exceptional.
That's the thing about it. When you watch them play, this quarterback and their running backs make up for the problems that they have of the 5 guys.
Yeah.
And you wonder,
and the scheme.
And you're going well, why are they having struggles with the run? And you're like, you cannot emulate it. I hope I used the right word there.
Yeah, that's it.
No, you're right, emulations.
For what you just saw today.
Yeah.
You cannot. That right there, that quarterback is rare when it comes to ball handling and those backs and the way they keep rolling them at you and the way they play with your eyes. The way that this offense plays with your eyes.
Hold on. Everybody listen to this. This is the key. Go ahead. Now start again.
I tell you what, to me, going in, I'm thinking they're going to probably run the ball. Is it Van Der Esch? Is it Tank? Heck, Tank is one of their best run defenders. What happened to him 3 different times? Upfield. Oh, no, here we go, ball's outside. I can't tell you how many times.
How many more running quarterbacks we got to play?
Before. You see, and that's what they do to
you.
Go
get
That's what this offense
Claypool,
does to you.
I feel you, Williams.
Luckily, they can't. I mean, they throw the ball well enough. But if they figure out how to throw the ball, that team is going to be hard to play against with that quarterback.
Right, and so the problem that they have is...
How many more mobile quarterbacks we got left?
The Cowboys, they wanted to start fast last week. They thought it was important.
Take the ball.
And they didn't do it. They didn't do it well.
Hurts again.
The field goal at halftime last week, right? So this week, they thought it was really important to start fast. And they drive for touchdowns for the first time in 8 years or something like that on the first 4 touchdowns. So they drive and score. Hold them, drive and score. Yeah. Okay, so now the Bears are chasing. Now, when they went from 28-7 to 28-17, you could see they could do. But as long as your offense could continue to function the way it was functioning, what wound up happening was inevitable, which was they ran out of time.
Yeah.
They didn't run out of plays. They didn't
Kirk
run out of
Cousins can't
ideas.
run.
They didn't run out of offensive execution. They ran out of
Jones
time
and Hurts.
because the
Okay.
Cowboys kept widening the lead.
Kept wide.
Scoring.
You're right about that. And what happens is the Bears never get out of what they're doing. You cannot run the or score the Bears out of what they're going to do.
Correct.
Yeah, they are what they are.
Right.
That is going to be a problem with teams
When they get
having
cold,
to
the
play run
Bears going to be
defense
a
against them.
What
threat.
their challenge will be to keep Fields healthy,
Right.
and get him re-signed at the time when they can get receivers and linemen enough to be
Right.
able to play a drop-back game,
Right.
so that you can be explosive. It takes them 5 minutes.
Appreciate you,
to
Gregory.
do what you might be able to do in 2.5 if you've got a really good passing game.
Well said. It's the voice of the Cowboys, Brad Sham, hanging out with us here on the official post-game show of the Dallas Cowboys, live from the Miller Lite Club. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves along the Dallas Cowboys radio network.
Your turn it on, leave it on. Home of America's team is 105.3 The Fan.
No doubt, no doubt. So, Gregory, why they do that, he says 176, 203, 92, 262, 117, 128, 70, and 200. All yards given up by the Bears. Run D. 20 passes in the first half, almost unforgivable. Whoever made the adjustments to only throw 7 passes in the second half is big thanks. Appreciate you so much, man. Westmoreland, man, with the dime of information, man. I appreciate you for that support right there. CMC just threw a touchdown. Oh, my God. I know my brother happy somewhere, man. Oh, my God.
Brian, he's 4 years in?
Yeah.
So Tony Pollard, 8 years in, won't be this explosive. But he's
sure.
not 8 years in.
Yeah.
He's 3.5 years in.
And with the way they've given him the ball in the first few years, it kind of like from a body beat-up standpoint, he's kind of like a year and a half into this thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, and by the way, it's not that like they abused him today.
That's right.
I think he had 7 carries in the first half.
Yeah, for 51 yards.
because
right?
they were able to throw the ball to the tight ends. Davis gave him a little respite. Did you see the one series where they lined Lamb up at tailback
Right.
3
Loved it.
times
Yep.
in a row?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a little something. It's another little wrinkle. It's something to think about. So when they needed him, and then he breaks some big plays. And that's who he is. He's good. But that doesn't mean, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it does not mean that when they're both healthy, Pollard should be playing ahead of Elliott. They're complementary. Now, Brian doesn't agree. I can tell.
No. I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Fight.
I think 27 carries for 142 yards last week, and 5 yards a carry with 2 backs doing the 27 carries. It's why give the ball 27 times to one guy who might just be all beat to hell next week? Split it up between 2 guys.
Yep.
That's the one thing I want to give the Cowboys real credit for. They've played. Remember how many you do a game and Brad would be talking about, and Pollard's in the game. It'd be the 3rd series, and then we wouldn't see him until the second half. And another.
Right.
They're starting to play these guys together, and I think that's the right thing to do.
Couldn't agree more.
Are we more confident today than maybe we were yesterday, just in the terms of the skill position players? Because it seemed like you got a little bit from a lot of guys today.
Yeah, I mean, I think including the quarterback, who look, it's not easy to take. Forget about 4 weeks with a broken thumb. He didn't play in preseason.
Didn't practice.
He didn't practice.
Listen to this.
The things that you can't simulate. You talk about not being able to simulate the Bears' offense. You cannot simulate the speed and pressure in the pocket that makes you make quick decisions, sidestep, see the field, what's going on. That doesn't happen in practice. You know what's coming. So you can't do that for 2 times and say, I'm at the top of my game. I'm back. So the good thing is, okay, now wasn't a great defense. But they've got some decent players over there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now you see that the receivers get a little more confidence. The quarterback certainly should be getting a little more confidence.
Right.
And now you may get a game. I don't know what. I'm interested to watch the Packers tonight as well as next week. But you may get a game in a couple of weeks where, you have to match them in scoring. And so it's going to be up to the coaching staff to utilize all the receivers in ways that make it possible. And for the most part today, they did that.
Brad, we appreciate the time,
You bet.
my friend, as always. Enjoy the rest of the day and enjoy that bye week.
Have a great bye week. Happy Halloween. What are you for Halloween?
I was actually Harley Quinn, believe it or not.
I don't. I can't. That hurts my head.
Man, the whole ground. A man being a Holly Queen. That's funny. All right, here we go. We got the schedule right here. And I asked how many running quarterbacks do we have left to play, because running quarterbacks tend to give us a little fits right here. Aaron Rodgers, he still got wheels a little bit, right? And we play him. I don't think that Kirk Cousins could run, but, that could be subject to have a look at that right there. Danny, he could run. Is Sam Ehlinger, can he run? Right? I don't think Davis Mills can run. Trevor Law is fickle with him whether or not he can run or not. And then, of course, Jalen Hurts. Like this game right here also provides details of how many points did the Eagles score on us. How many points they scored on us? 26. That means the score would have been 26-49. Cowboys would have scored 26. Cowboys would have scored 49, and the Eagles would have scored 26. They better figure out how ways to score, because we gonna put it up on those Eagles, and it's gonna be a home game. It's gonna be similar to this game. Come on, baby. Let's go. Yes, indeed. They scored 26. So yeah, let's get it, Cowboy Nation. I can't wait to that game, man. Boy, it's gonna be a good one. If they barely at home, if they barely slowed us down with our backup, and by the time you get down to this area, don't you think that we'll be humming by then? I can hear the Philly tears now hitting the cheeks all the way down to the lips, and then it dies upon the lips, and then they go on and cry, Eagles cry to the land of no victory. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Brad C said, "Law, you sound like Louis T." Shout out to Louis T, man. If anything, Louis T, his father, I know for sure, is extremely happy because the Cowboys won today, and Louis T, Dad, is a diehard Cowboy fan. Yes, indeed. Murphy Brown said third place Cowboy. That's okay. I don't think you win any Super Bowl in the month of October. But hey, it is what it is. We got a long way to go. We got 10 more games. Or is it 9 more games now? Yeah. It's about to go down. Giants should lose today. This is from Williams. Let me check in on those Giants, man. Let me see where the score key's at. Let's see what's going on. It's still tight. Second quarter, ain't nobody moving. 4th and 1. It's 4th and 1, man. All right. It's incomplete. So they're going to kick a field goal, huh? They're finna kick a field goal, right? Shotgun pass, Geno Smith to Tyler Lockett. 14 for 4 yards. Okay, Darnay Holmes. All right, come on. Win probability is now 66.9. Okay. All right, we'll find that game out, man. Shout out to the Giants versus the 0-0. Giants going to lose today, trust me. Yeah, nothing easy in the NFL, man. If the Eagles keep winning, they're going to sit players on purpose and say we won because they set out players in the playoff. That's okay. Let them sit players, because let me look back at this schedule once again. And they're going to sit players 2 games out? Shoot, that's a gamble move right there. Normally you sit them like on the at least 1 game out, but if you're going to sit players with 2 games out, yeah, that's a dangerous game to play. That's a real dangerous game to play. Yup. And they haven't played the Giants yet, and I think the Giants, even with the way they run the ball and the way they attack and run the ball, shoot, I don't think in today's game, if the Philadelphia Eagles had to play the Bears, I don't think that they beat them. The way the Bears run that ball, shoot. them boys was humming, man, dedicated to run 45 times, man, or 42 times, and they were running all over us, man, with all of that, misdirection. Then they got the quarterback that could run too.
Is that when it could be not just Diggs, but any corner. It could be you play soft corner on the perimeter and you don't get a linebacker. Okay, you get an end hooked, you get a linebacker that's laid over, you get no safety fill, and then you got a corner that gets wide. That's a recipe for getting killed on the edge. That is what happens when the Cowboys
good example,
are
dog.
bad.
Lions put up 35.
Run defense. Now they had some things that went through the middle and
Cowboys
that were a little bit dicey. But when they get killed really in the running game and it goes on the edge and the perimeter, they're bad at defensive end. They're bad at linebacker. They're bad at the safety.
Seahawks
and
about
they
to
get
score.
the corner that plays wide. And that could be – now, there were a couple of times where Diggs did step up that I noticed, when he came up. Now, the ball had already been like 4, 5, 6 yards, but he stepped up a couple of different times. I'm not calling him a coward. I'm just saying, though, there are things that there's things that he does in coverage that says, listen, I'm not going to have a great run defender. I'm sorry. But every time they throw the ball in his direction, there's a chance for an interception, there's a chance for a PBU, and there's probably going to be something where they're not going to complete the ball. So I'm going to give that up. But when you're bad in the running game, end, linebacker, no fill, and your corner plays too wide.
Boom, there it is. Super Bowl champion Brian Broaddus and myself, Eric Chiafalo, here in the Miller Lite Club of inside of AT&T Stadium here. 49-29, Cowboys get the victory. We continue the party. I see you, Lewis and Round Rock. I see you, Rex and Garland. Plenty more calls to take. Plus, we'll hear from Jerry and Dak, Tank Lawrence, J-Ron Kearse, the whole nine. The party continues right.
All right, so while they go to the break, the Cowboys, like I said, we're 6-2, touchdown Rams. Oh, my gosh. It's going to be a fiasco. Let me see what we got over here as far as that. Ooh, no, my twin maker, no, he hot. All right, so 13-7 them. Commanders 7-3. Texans 7-3. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, if you are an Eagle fan and you watching, boy, aren't y'all proud? Because the Eagles next got to play the Texans. Man, that schedule, man, blessed be. Their next hard and difficult game will not be until probably the Cowboys, depending on how everything looks about the Green Bay. But y'all, dog, they got the Texans, Washington, the Colts, and then Green Bay. Look, man. And I'm not paying attention too much to them, but man, come on, let me just pull up their schedule right quick. Boy, y'all next difficult schedule. And I said this the same thing to Lord Brunson. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, they got to play the Texans. That's the Cowboys Walmart brand. You know what I'm saying? They got to play the Dollar General Walmart branded Cowboys. Then they got to play the Washington team. Then they got to play the Colts. Maybe this game, I don't know what type of Green Bay you're going to get, but you got to play the Green Bay, and then you got to play the Tennessee. Maybe the Giants can stand tall. Oh, y'all do play the Chicago, but then Chicago by this time. Maybe Chicago. Ooh, y'all going to be battered and bruised by the time y'all play us. It's a noon game, too. Man, Chicago, if Chicago stay healthy, it's going to be a difficult game for the Eagles on that game. Then they play us. But I don't want no excuses, though. Ooh, I don't want no excuses. And then they play the Saints, and then they play the Giants again. There's an L somewhere on that schedule, though. I see all them W's. Them W's look pretty for you right now. But, man, you got to play the Texans next, man. Come on, man. Bears might get them, though, huh? Touchdown, Seahawks. Come on, baby. Oh, and they play in Chicago? They play in the Chi? Okay, they play in the Chi. Okay. Oh, wow. Cakewalk schedule. That's okay, man. They can only play. They don't make the schedule. They just play the schedule. That's my same response when people say that the Cowboys don't have to play nobody tough. And think about it. All of these years, they say, well, the Cowboys play the NFC East, which is the NFC least. They was grouping the Washington and the Giants and the Eagles, said that they really don't oppose any threat to the Cowboys. So we'll find out, man. It'll be cool, though, yo. TDs for the Seahawks, yeah. It's going to be really good for us, man. Come on, second place, baby. It's right at our fingertips, baby. Second place is right here. All right, let me give y'all some more analysis of what happened. All right, let's see on the Bears side. They had this Herbert kid, 16 carries for 99 yards, and he was averaging 6.2. Justin Fields had 8 carries for 60 yards, 7.5. He had a touchdown as well. And Velus Jones, who remember my film analysis on Velus Jones? I told you guys, I said, hey, he'll be a guy that I would really want on the Cowboys uniform, and he had 2 totes for 33. And shout out to him. Mooney, 5 receptions for 70 yards, and N'Keal Harry. That touchdown that was on KJ, when I get to all 22, we're going to dissect that and we're going to break that down. And then Eddie Jackson, 11 total tackles, 7 solos. He had the pass breakup, and he had the INT. Y'all remember Eddie Jackson? He's a dog, man. This dude right here, he is a flat-out dog, man. So I already know, man, 3 interceptions for the season, 2 forced fumble, 33 solos. It could be 4 for the season. I don't know if this update on live time. But who remember him, man? And let me see if y'all know that. Let me see Roll Tide in the chat. Yes, indeed, 7-0. So many injuries today. Yeah, so many injuries, man. Gene says, still showed that this was a trap game, but love the win. No, I don't know if you can call this was a trap game, though. I feel where you're coming from, Gene, though. I feel you, Gene. Every time I see a Gene.
Club. That is where the party is right now. The Miller Lite is aflowing here inside of AT&T Stadium. 49-29 brought us 1 point away from that 50 burger. It was highlight play after another, both sides of the ball.
Roll Tide,
it was just a really, really fun and unique 4 quarters of football, and hopefully that will sort of curve our appetite for Cowboys football as they are heading into the bye week, feeling like $1 million. And speaking of millions of dollars, let's turn things over to Cowboys owner Jerry Jones.
Jerry Way, baby.
Day. You talk about how he played in place of Zeke Elliott, and what's your prospect for Zeke going forward?
Well, of course, we go where Zeke goes, and I really mean that. Okay. Zeke's that important to this team, and every bit as important as he was before the game. And it gives me personally, and I want all our fans to feel good about our future, because we'll have a healthier Zeke for not using him this ball game. And, of course, Pollard, I knew we were going to be conservative with him early because we want him for the end of the game and want him to really be able to be the center point of the run game and, if you will, even the offense. But, boy, he stepped out there and had more carries by the half than I really thought we were going to give him. And then, of course, some of his big plays. We just had so many. I didn't count them, but we had so many of those 20-yard and up plays today. And we didn't exactly have Lady Luck with us today. We had a couple of calls and a couple of reversals there that really could have diminished a big effort and could have discouraged a big effort, but this bunch didn't do it. And that's, I think, the way they came back from adversity, starting with the first drive. I think that is a big picture of what this game was about.
Jerry, you said Friday that you've never seen Tony get tired, but what did you learn about what he can do in the amount of carries he had today? Well,
I don't know that I actually saw anything that I didn't think he could do out there. But I really think he played to expectation. The idea was, what if he had more carries, or how would he endure and for a full ball game with over 20 carries? And I've never seen him tired, but he burns up a lot of energy. both Zeke and him use a lot of energy when they run, inordinate energy. And so it's good to have the two in there. And I was wondering when it got over 20 what that would look like, and looked pretty good.
He never got over 20.
He never got over 20.
Well, but what was the last one? 19?
14.
14 carries and over 1 catch.
But that 14th carry, which is a career high for him, was the 54-yard score on 3rd and 1.
Well, he sure, obviously, we didn't press him to his limit on juice left. He probably had about, I would guess with anybody, but he had double handful of carries left with a lot of zip.
Jerry, 8 games into this season, have you seen enough to believe this team can go the distance?
Well, when I see a team like Chicago come back and hit you in the mouth a couple of times the way they did, then I don't want to get out over our skis. But I do like this was great for our offense to step up and get the win and their contribution to this win out here. Great for Dak. This was, we all understand.
Gene Gravy doing my guy Wolverine bad, though.
Has shown this year, which didn't say a lot because he hadn't got to play a lot this year except for the first ball game.
There was Jerry Jones after the game. Today's game between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium was brought to you by American Airlines, the official airline of the Dallas Cowboys. He's once again dropping his famous line there, Brian Broaddus. We go as Zeke goes. I thought that myth got busted today.
No, man. They're going to need both these guys.
Do my guy bad,
They really are. They're going to need both. And you can't say that because what happened is I think Zeke has played well. There were times last year where it looked like that he was clearly a liability. He was hurt. He was trying to fight his way through things. And you had reason to say, well, let's, give Pollard all those carries. And I think Pollard did a nice job today. I think Malik Davis did a nice job today. I think the offensive line, the young tight ends, Dak, staying with run plays. I think Kellen Moore called a hell of a game. But you're going to need both these backs. You really are. And if you can, if you can wear them down with Zeke and then Pollard coming in and then bring them back and get, continue to kind of wear them down more with Zeke in the second half and Pollard, you're just going to be a better offense. When they split carries, we saw what happens. They're capable of averaging over 5 yards a carry, and then the wear and tear is only on 2 guys.
This is what Wolverine feels about Cyclops.
And, we're only halfway through this season. That's why I think you're going to need both guys.
Yeah,
he could have killed him right there.
Perfect time, not just for Zeke, but a litany of Cowboys players on both sides of the ball getting dinged up. That's how football goes, and I think it's probably ideal right now to get that mid-season bye-week recharge and then go rock and roll the rest of the way. All right, 877-881-1053. It is the Pepsi postgame show here on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. Let's go to Round Rock. We have Lewis in Round Rock. Lewis, you're on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Great Cowboy victory today, guys. I really appreciate the show. Eric, your excitement is wonderful. Brian, you are the professor of football. You explain everything not only on here but every day on the G-Bag Nation. So really happy to be on with you guys. Look, I thought Kellen did a great job with the game plan.
He did.
There was a mixture.
Cyclops
we saw some new things. And one thing I would say that is a little bit different from last year, it seemed like people began, after that Denver game, people began to see sort of the formula for stopping the Cowboys. Because we've only seen Dak, Dak in 2 games, and in one game we ran the ball more, in this game we passed the ball more. I think it's going to give a lot of opposing defenses. I'm curious what you guys would think. Give some of those opposing defensive coordinators a little bit of a pickle when it comes to planning against these Cowboys. Happy to see. I know it was a little bit, but happy to see Turpin get in the game plan, and you saw that they used him as a decoy on that one play. But overall, great team win. Really liked what I saw, and guys, just can't tell you how much I appreciate you and what you do every day. And then you're advancing the football IQ of Texans, and people all across the country. So really do appreciate you guys a lot.
Much love, Lewis. We appreciate you, my friend. 877-881-1053. Yeah, you did see a little bit more nuance there and some creativity with Kellen Moore today. And Kellen Moore getting a lot of love on the truckwreck.com fan text here. The 937 says, hey, for the last 2 weeks, I've heard people been hearing people gripe about Kellen Moore's play calling, even though they were 5-2. But where's all the love for Kellen Moore today?
Absolutely.
And I think
y'all hold y'all applause.
I am. I thought his first 15 were outstanding, and I was looking forward to seeing. And then the second drive, he continued on with that. I thought
Don't be prisoners of the moments now.
Had a great game plan. The scheme was outstanding. You know what this team can do now. They can get in 11 personnel. They can get in 12 personnel. They can get in 13 personnel. And you kind of saw a little bit of. There was that one drive where the ball, I think the second touchdown, the ball went to the tight ends like 5 times on the play, and then you had a wide receiver involved for 2, and then another a running back for 1. But that's the kind of thing that if you don't cover those simple little passes, so easy for Dak to hit Schultz or Hendershot, or Ferguson, just to kind of okay. 5 yards, 6 yards, 8 yards, 11 yards. I mean, they threw the ball on the outside to Ferguson, and up the field for 11 yards. And you're kind of like going, okay, that's what you got to do. And I think that Kellen Moore, we always say, oh, well, this is predictable. He's not scheming and this and that and the other. But I said it a lot today. He made the Bears have to defend the whole field, wide. Horizontally, vertically, he made them have to.
Man, look, man, that's why it's so hard to grade this, because when you look at Kellen Moore, it's still the philosophy. I still didn't see any scheme. But I get it, man. We won. I ain't dogging the man. It's 49-29. We won. But still, there are some principles that you have to look at it and say either this situation would just be married, joint at the hip with Dak Prescott to Kellen Moore, or Kellen Moore to Dak Prescott. Because at some point, you got to give some praises to the running back for what he was able to wiggle out and squeeze in. And on top of that, some of those throws were just on the money. But I feel what y'all saying. Seahawks just fumbled by the Giants in the end zone. Update me on the score. Okay, y'all update me on the score, though.
Excellent game plan and how everything went well on offense, and Tony Pollard had an excellent game. And Brian, I got a question for you. Do we know about the injury to Donovan Wilson? How bad is that injury,
Cramps.
Or will I have to wait till tomorrow?
I'll give it to you right now. I tweeted this out, and I don't know if you follow me on Twitter or not. To me, when I saw the doctor going in with him and him running off the field, I felt like that he was going to get an IV, and the press box said it was cramps. He came back out. They went in. Dr. Fowler went in to do the IV. That's what clued me that he was going to get that done. So it was just a cramping situation. Nothing to worry about with Wilson going forward.
Yeah, and thank God, because coming in, you had no Malik Hooker. Jaron Kearse was kind of in and out, it seemed like, throughout the entire second half, getting banged up. Hopefully he's okay.
That's a tough game, man. The way that the Bears run the football.
That's the most physical game of the season, probably, that the Cowboys defense will have to deal with.
They test you. They test you on every level when it comes to defending the run.
Yes, absolutely. And it's the three-headed monster as well. They certainly ran the ball impressively today. The Bears did, but the Cowboys get the victory, 49-29. It's the official post-game show of the Dallas Cowboys right here in the Miller Lite Club. That is where the party is still taking place. We'll welcome in our Cowboys insider, Bobby Belt. Continue to take your calls and more sound from the locker room, including Dak Prescott after today's victory. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
No doubt, man. Can't wait to hear Dak. All right, let's see this right here. Go to my page right here on Twitter. This is what we had right here. Let's see what we got.
Stick with your team now. 9.5 points. You guys are hosting the Bears. 9.5. How you feel about your team? You gonna lay it?
Yes, we will cover that. The Cowboys at home. It will be a great game for Dak Prescott to get back in rhythm once again. I'm taking the Cowboys. As Philly would say, heart on the table. I'm putting my heart on the table as well with this, and we will cover it.
You know, the Bears are a fairly pedestrian team. You okay hanging with the 9.5, or no? You think that the Chicago Bears cover?
I hate to say it, but I have to say Dallas covers. I'm not a believer in the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, he hate to say it. Look at Philly. Yeah. We had a great time with the game day, man. Hey, he was on the money. I was on the money, man. Law, those Eagles won. I feel you, Smith. But, hey, it is what it is. Come on, Cowboy Nation. Let's go with it. What we going to do is a little bit later on down, we will have our version of the phone calls or what have you from you all. So bear with me. It is 4:30. Let's open up the phone lines, and then we'll keep it going until 5, okay? So let's do that. I wanted to hear Bobby Belt. You guys can let me know when he's live or what have you. But outside of that, Cowboy Nation, let's go. We got up until 5 o'clock.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real, down for line. Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real, down for line. Keep it super thorough my way.
There is one other participant in the conference. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted.
Mobbing with my brothers, there's no question, keep it real.
Keep it real, baby.
Coasting nowhere in the heaven hills. In the popping straps of blue faces, not the pills. Heard you calling bluffs, I show and prove, yeah, it's for real. Son of God, not a son of sin. Keep it off the books and keep it coming in. Bitch, the old whip, see what I'm coming in.
Come on.
The inside caramel just like 100 grand. Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for
yeah, baby. Who crunk with me, baby?
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real.
6-2 on the byway. Yes, indeed, baby. Let's go get this caller in right quick, man. I got my guy, Scott, from the 863.
Yeah, baby. We live, we crunk up in this mambo jabber. I told y'all, don't worry. Stop worrying, baby. What's up, Law?
What's up, man? What's up with you, man?
Yeah, baby.
What's up, man?
Yeah. That's how you do that thing, boy. TP.
Yeah,
he be a bad mambo jabber, dog.
That boy good.
Hey, you saw Dak running around there like 2015 Dak Prescott.
He did.
You saw that?
Yes,
you saw Dak running like playoff Dak Prescott during the Seattle game.
Yeah.
That man running up, going down and throwing up the flexing on him and stuff. People thought Dak Prescott was. They thought he was done. Screw y'all. Dak ain't done, baby. Dak back. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm crunk. But this is what I want to say, man.
Yeah.
What burns me the most, my bro, is that when we see fans after a beautiful win, team ball, a player go down, another one steps up and get the job done. Here we go with the trades. Here we go with the give half the paycheck to him. Here we go. Why can't we just be happy that our team played like a team? Got the job done, and we go.
But wait a minute. Hold on. Now, are you saying that we shouldn't say go ahead and pay Tony Pollard? You know?
No. That's not what I'm saying. No. Matter of fact, I screenshotted this dude right here, man. I screenshotted. I looked at the live talk. No, what somebody said was Vic needs to share his money check with Pollard. No, he don't. Pollard he gonna get his check.
Yeah.
And then somebody else said, Tyler Rose said Zeke getting cut this offseason and TPE-20 getting his paycheck. Why do we have to cut Zeke? No, that's a 1-2 punch. Zeke still getting it done. It's like, be happy that you got depth. Be happy that you got a team of individuals that can get the job done when one goes down. Be happy, Cowboy Nation.
Those are informants, man. Those are informants, man. They tried to paint a picture, trying to make us weaker. That's what that is, man. They just trying to roll on us, bro.
It's like, come on, man. Enjoy the win, guys. Look what we just did, bro. We got Dak back, and we just put up 49 points. And we didn't even play our best game. We did not play our best game. And don't give me that it's the Bears. Don't give me that.
No.
Because if that's the case, the Eagles, they 7-0 right now. Look who the Eagles have played. So kick rocks. Okay? I don't want to hear none of that stuff.
No
you
doubt,
play who's
man.
on your schedule, you go out and dominate, and you play ball. But Dak can't play it out. Well, Dak came out looking like Hella Bear, looking good.
Good. It don't matter which year, Halle. It don't matter which year, Halle. Just hit a year.
No, it don't matter which year. Even at 90 years old, I still try to holler Harry, bro. At 90 years old, bro.
Even Monster Ball holler. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate
Yes, sir, bro. Yeah, man, but that's all I got, man. Great win.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Happy, like I said. I had the minister this morning, had my CD Lamb shirt on, was dressed out Sunday.
Yeah.
Got the word out, had a great time in church, and to see that Cowboy win. Law. Hey, Dad came to me and said, hey, look, we got to be done by 1. I say less. The game started 1. But I got done at 12:45. I'm going to watch the game in Jesus' name.
Yes, indeed. Man, let me hear you say it, fam. Let me hear you say it if I let Coach Marv on.
I bought them Mama Jammy Cowboys, baby.
Yeah. That boy, wow, baby. Hold on, Bobby Belt is on right now. Y'all bear with me for a quick second.
You used the word depth perception. It's probably better than because it seems like when he has the problems, isn't it the middle of the field?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, he's the reverse of Cooper Rush when he's thrown to the sidelines.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
Great middle of the field sometimes.
I'll tell you, the slants he threw today I thought were good, and that touchdown that he threw to Lamb I thought was a great shot. But I wonder if when you get back, if you went down and broke down all the Dak throws.
Yeah.
And he was fine today. Great. I mean, I have no issues. I mean, that
114 passer
really
rating.
Yeah. You know, early on he was just finding his rhythm, but I thought like drive 2 through 4 he was fantastic.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. I'm just saying, I wonder if you go back and you watch it and you break down all the plays where there might have been struggles. Do you think it's middle of the field throws?
No.
Think about
we
it.
had a good pass to Schultz in the middle of the field.
Sometimes it's on slants or stuff getting batted at the line of scrimmage, or so. I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, without looking at the data, just the feel of it.
Right.
And
The feel.
It feels like that's where he tends to have some of the struggles is deep middle.
Yeah. Tampa, Detroit, and now today, the sort of the bugaboos there for Dak. And listen, sometimes it's tough to see a bright orange thing sitting in the middle of the field. It can be difficult. I'm just busting your chops here, Bobby. Don't get upset at me. How about the insistence on getting Michael Gallup involved today? It seemed like that was a priority, especially early on.
He had a touchdown in the middle of the field to CD Lamb, by the way.
Who played phenomenal today.
He played well. He really did.
Josh Fulmer, Seattle ball.
You know, it's funny, Brian. Last week we talked about what was the first throw of the game going to be to work Dak back into the rhythm. It was going to be the play action boot and look for the tight end.
Yeah.
And then the tight end just got lost in the trash, and so that's why they're throwing Noah Brown. But I think similarly, you saw them draw something up for let's get Michael Gallup in a rhythm. It was a very easy toss. You know, I think it picked up 4 yards or something.
Yeah.
It was just a soft look, a soft toss, and just kind of getting him in a rhythm. And I think it helped. Like, I think psychologically it seemed to help, didn't it? Like he made some big catches there in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the passing game became less of a focus into the second half, especially after that big 7-play, 75-yard drive where they responded to the Chicago touchdown. But ultimately, I think that Michael Gallup had a big game. CeeDee Lamb talked about it, that that was a big boost for them, and that's just, shows what their weapons can be. I thought it was interesting. I don't know if you guys have gotten a chance to play CeeDee Lamb yet, and even if you did, you may not have gotten to this cut, but he had talked about that they put up 49 points as a team, 42 as an offense, obviously. And he was like, the crazy thing is, like, we still feel like we left some stuff out there at times. Yeah. And I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. They probably could have scored 60 today if they wanted.
Yeah.
They had an answer for that Chicago secondary that a lot of teams have not had.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, and the Bears secondary going into it, I kind of felt like, we were visiting with their sideline reporter in pregame, and I asked him about the question about the secondary. He's the strength of, and and he started running through all the players and stuff. So, tip of the cap, Kellen Moore, Dak, the receivers. I mean, this was one of those games where I don't think you have a lot of questions about the receivers and what they were able to do. They get the tight ends involved and the backs involved.
That's it, boy.
This is a really good offense.
Dalton Schultz is loving life with his quarterback back. You see that chemistry there. It's just different. He just does not have it with Cooper Rush. Yeah. It's there in spades with Dak Prescott.
Yeah, we made fun of the Dalton Schultz stuff quite a bit, but after not seeing it for most of the season, it is kind of nice knowing you always have that 7 to 8 yards almost every time if you want
30 yards.
Yeah,
39 in a 5-point game. 30 yards.
That was huge. And not to harp on the interception itself, but what did you think about just the idea of?
But go ahead, ask me about it again.
But not even really specifically the interception, but just the idea of a lot of people. We brought us to we did the halftime show, and then we come back into the press box, and everybody's like, "Oh man, should have run the ball, should have just played it safe there." But just football ideology and strategic standpoint in the game, knowing the flow of it all. What did you guys think of that decision to, hey, there's 40 seconds, we got a timeout, let's just go put our foot on their neck here right before halftime?
I don't hate it because Chicago was getting the ball back to start the third quarter, and they hadn't shown any ability to stop you. So honestly, CD, like, it was a decent look. It was just,
middle of the field, right? What'd you say?
Safety. But ultimately, I didn't have a problem with it. Now, if you want to say, hey, why don't you just do like a lot of other offenses do, run a draw play to Pollard or something like that, see how many yards you pick up on first down, and then make your determination if you want to press the issue or not, fine. But ultimately, I mean, Dak was cooking. I don't have an issue with them.
I don't have a problem.
I do. I have a problem.
You're in a situation where they haven't. They had Matt Eberflus, the defensive staff, there had no way of stopping you. None.
But you run on first down, though. Can y'all agree? Come on.
And that was a mistake. But great job by the defense. Sudden change. All of a sudden they go from giving up a touchdown to first play out, interception. Now boom, they're back out on the field. Great job of holding them there to a field goal.
Yeah, and one of the big things for me when you start looking at and parsing through the differences between a Cooper Rush Cowboy offense and a Dak Prescott Cowboy offense, how about what they did on third down today and in the red zone? 9 of 11 on third down, 6 of 6 on third down in half number 1, and then they go 4 for 4 in the red zone. And to me, that is the perfect example of the difference between a Pro Bowl quarterback in Dak Prescott and then just a guy that's trying to keep things alive.
Well, how about the creativity too of the run that Dak had though, where they flow everything to the right, and then Schultz and Dak come back out left with Schultz leading him on the way, and he gets right in behind him there and gets in the end zone. I tell you what, those are the kinds of things though that you're just thinking, all right, maybe this guy does get it, maybe he does understand. I'm sitting there thinking, hey, if you bring a wide receiver in here, can this staff use a wide receiver and take advantage?
Don't be satisfied now.
If you run plays like that, you're telling me, like, okay, we can be creative enough to create opportunities along the way.
Well, and here's the thing that I think is really important when you talk about them going 4 for 4 in the red zone is that, Kellen Moore obviously has his critics, but a consistent criticism of his when I think you talk to people around league circles is that they say that he needs space to be able to create. When the field gets tight, when he gets boxed in a little bit.
Creative play, though.
Exactly, but that's the thing is that typically that's been a criticism of his, that when the field gets tight, he's had some trouble scheming things up when he doesn't have the space to run levels concepts or whatever else that he needs to do. And when you see that, when you see creativity in the red zone, that's a big encouragement, I think, for what you're getting out of Kellen Moore.
And it's nice when Dak's willing to use his legs, and that is such an advantage for the Cowboys. It has been his entire career. When he's willing to use his legs in the red zone, it is absolutely lethal, and he scampers for one today.
He's not going to win any 40-yard dashes.
No, he was laboring a bit to get down.
He's a powerful runner. He can
get out of bounds.
Bully some guys over, and when it's there, he can. I'm just excited that we're seeing him take the opportunities when they're there, because that was missing last year. Even when the opportunities were there, he almost seemed afraid to do it, and that fear, at least, I think, is gone.
I think he was into the game today. I think he felt the game today.
He did.
And that's what I always say about Dak. When he's a little bloodied and muddied, I think that's, he got his hand stepped on and all that. I mean, when he feels that, I think that kind of gives him that boost.
Yeah, and watching him go I've never seen a quarterback sneak go for 25 yards. That was pretty.
Nice job of keeping the balance, and then kind of great job by, Biotish and Martin just blasting that thing open, and he just stayed up on his feet, and, he's, great job of all around, though, with him standing on his feet, him finishing the run, but what they were able to do with the push at the point.
Yeah, but I mean, Eric, the interception, right?
But back to the topic at hand, the interception here, Bob. How do you not see the bright orange cone?
Come on,
the guy that's just like a
Eddie Jackson broke on that ball. Come on, y'all know.
Now I can't let you leave here, Bobby, without bringing up Micah Parsons, his greatness.
All right,
that effort
Micah Parsons
was insane,
roll.
and I think that he could have drawn about 15 holding calls today had the referees wanted to do that.
Man, it was a lot. I kept noticing him in the press box, just going like I mean, you and I were sitting together, I think, on the first one that I saw, where I was like, that is clearly holding right there. They're not calling it. They haven't been calling it on him. They didn't call a lot of holdings today. I mean, I think Dallas got away with some too. But
I think there was two. I know there were a couple that brought back runs for the Bears.
Yes.
That like a 12-yard run. Or
now that definitely happens when you run the ball 45 times.
Yeah,
they'll have to throw it at least sometime. But ultimately, I think that conversation Dan Quinn had with Micah Parsons about, hey, here's some plays on tape where we could see some extra effort. This can make you great. I think that's resonated with him because that's 2 times now. I just want to know, and I'm interested to go look at Bears media availability. What the hell Justin Fields was thinking, not just touching him. He jumped over him. He was down and he jumped over him and just let him go.
He didn't want to bang them knees.
Ultimately, it's 99 awareness for Micah Parsons.
Yeah, that's a good point. One of the more bizarre plays that I can remember. Okay, Bob, we appreciate the time. Are you getting ready to go head up to the
I'm driving up to the station right now, and I'll be on the air at 6 p.m. with Kevin Gray.
Yes.
Do I need you to call in? Do I need to call in and talk to you guys? You okay?
If you want to keep talking,
yeah.
You've talked a lot, and we're going to keep talking at 9 o'clock tonight.
9 o'clock. Get your questions.
Y'all check them out, man. Shout out to Bobby Belt, man. All right, so what we're going to do is we got 15 people in here that's been actively waiting. We're going to make sure we get to all 15. I thank y'all so much.
The conference has been locked.
Next on the list, we have, in this order, Coach Marv. Then we have my guy, Marv Jenkins. And then we have Roster X. And then we're going to go from here. So, Coach Marv, you're live. I appreciate you so much, man, for tuning in. It's your show now.
What's going on, man? 6-2. I've been telling you we need to get the 6-2, and we got the 6-2.
Yeah.
Great performance by the offense. Not a great, so great of a performance by the defense, but not as bad when we just a couple of things that we could have had turnovers and maybe a bad call on a penalty in the drive. But I think we always celebrate victories. The thing that we need to push as a community. That may hurt us down the stretch, and it's not about the run game. It was about the run game, but there's a lot of nicks and bruises on our defense because we're playing too many minutes.
Yeah.
We're playing too many minutes, and that's going to take its toll over a 17-game season if we continue to play 32, 34, 35 minutes on defense. So being a little bit being explosive on offense, but being of knowing the continuity of how to control the clock a little bit better and be efficient will make this team even harder to beat and give other teams nightmares. I agree with I don't agree with the Dak Prescott. The way he hurt this team today was over the middle, and I've been preaching that for the longest, and that's where we got our biggest plays. Today is over the middle.
Yep.
We stayed outside. We didn't go outside the numbers. Inside those hash marks, or right outside the hash marks, is where we got our biggest plays. And if people want to talk about a quarterback making a throw, that throw to Dalton Schultz for 30 yards is one of the hardest throws that any quarterback can make. And it was on the money, 30 yards down the field, over top of the linebackers and in between the safety, on the money.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes and them would be proud of that pass. That is one of the best passes of the day.
Yeah.
So, yes, Dak had a great game. The defense, I just think we were a little nicked up. And the time possession is starting to get to us because we're playing too many plays. Yes, we don't need to go for it on right before the half. Yes, run a draw, get 20 yards, then see if you're going to try to attack, but not attack at the 25-yard line. But the last and least, law, I know we talking about, listen, we got enough weapons. If we utilize the guys that we got, we'll make any defense scared. We got 2 tight ends that we haven't even unleashed that we see that can catch the ball. We bring it back to Ezekiel Elliott. And listen, all this talk about CeeDee Lamb, but every game he's making big catches every game, and he's on the pace to get 3 touchdowns. And Law, he's on that pace that what you put him on at the beginning of the season, and get close to that pace.
Yeah.
So,
if he get that, Manny, boy, I know the final word gonna blow up, man. Cause y'all, already. And we got a lot. How many more games we got left, Coach?
We got 9 more games.
9 more games. So it's a lot to do in 9.
So and now I want to say the last 2 things, Law.
Mm-hmm.
I hear people talking about the Philadelphia Eagles and when we gonna match up with the Eagles. The Eagles game is the last game of the season, and most times, and then all the hate might be already in the barn about what we're gonna be. That's not worried about. We need to worry about how we're gonna match up with every team that's on our schedule. And if we need anything to pick up in this, and I believe the Cowboys believe this, if we need to pick up anything in free agency or in a trade, and this goes because Anthony Barr is an older guy, and he was playing okay well, but he had a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
I understand we got Damone Clark, but we got the Harpers out on the IR. We may need to get another veteran linebacker because we need to bring that guy along slowly, and maybe crucial, a veteran linebacker that's a run stopper may be a thing that we need to do, because we don't know how long it's going to take for Anthony Barr with his bad legs already to come back from a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
Other than that, let's just get better. The pickup that we picked up in the guy that we picked up in the trade this week played very well. Played very well.
Yeah.
So
you know, he's gonna be one of my film analysis that I'm gonna look at. Him and Damone Clark. I can't wait to take a look at that. But man, you right on that, Coach. I appreciate you.
Damone Clark might not play as well today, Law, but you got to think about this. His first live action, so this guy got to get his feet under him. You got to get the speed of the game. He's probably going to be a very good linebacker, but we need to bring him in. But now it's time to see. It's time to work this guy in, and it's time to find out if we're going to get Cox in this game. I don't know if it's Cox with his knee, if it's something that's not going to, the Cowboys get hush-hush about that. And it may be taking him a little while to recover from his knee, just like with, and Harper's down with Achilles, and he's on the IR. But listen, Cowboys, be happy from where we at. We are 6-2, and we didn't have our quarterback for 4 weeks. And there is no team in the NFL can say that if they are in this position. We're sitting in the catbird seat. We get what everybody else is doing. Let's get better. Let's get these guys rested. Let's get it, and let's come back focused. And let's go to Green Bay, where we hadn't won in Green Bay in a long time. And let's get focused on beating those Packers in Green Bay.
No doubt, man. That's Coach Marv, man. I think the last time we won in Green Bay was 2016. So let's bring that back to this thing, man. I think that Coach Mike McCarthy, he can't wait to play against the Green Bay for all other purposes you guys already know. So that's one down. We got 14 more to go. I appreciate y'all, man. All right, so next we have Marv Jenkins, and then, of course, we have Roster X, and then we have Aaron. So let's go with my guy MJ, both back-to-back Marvs. What's good?
Up, Nation?
Yes, today. Hold on, before you get into this, dog, can you do me a huge favor?
Yeah.
You said that the Cowboys are going to give, 50 sacks?
I say 60.
Oh, 60? You want to?
Yeah.
We got 9 more games. You want to raise it or you want to keep it right there? How you feeling?
What we at right now?
We got to be at. We had 29, so we had 4. So 30. So yeah, I think we was right at 29. So we probably be right at 33. I think we had 33 to 34.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, baby. 33
Cause
33 That's what Stanley said. Appreciate you, Cunningham. 33 sacks, man. I thought we had 34. So we had 33 sacks, man, already for the season with 9 more games to go.
And you ain't gonna be the quarterback. Only quarterback that can get the ball off quick is Brady. That's the one. And then the other 2 quarterbacks are the running quarterbacks. And we'll get better. It's good that we played Brady and then we played the running quarterback. That field guy is dangerous. Now everybody on here, the Cowboys, that running game from the Cowboys and the Bears is very dangerous. I know one thing. If I'm an average team, you do not want to play the Bears if they make the playoffs. Because they're going to run and run. They don't care if you stop it. They're going to run and run and run. And Philly, Philly be having a problem with the run, too. Now, don't get it mistaken, y'all. Everybody having a problem with the running.
Once again, it's communication. I'll go back to CD, and we already went back.
Can you hear that?
I trust you. I mean,
can you hear that?
It's a dangerous throw, and I know it's.
Listen to this right quick.
It ended up in an interception, but I think you'll see we'll
Dak
make that
Prescott.
play later in the year. And
Listen
sure,
to Dak
people
right
say
quick.
it's a dangerous throw and it's aggressive, but that's the way I'm going to play.
Make no mistake, Dak's running game needs to be part of our running game. You have the touchdown today. You've got the 25-yard carry. Take us through what you planned going in and what you were able to do with your legs today.
Yeah, I mean, tell her we said, hey, please. Yeah, I mean, obviously feeling well, feeling healthy, knowing that I can run the ball. It's just going to open this offense up more, obviously open up the running game. And, yeah, I mean, it was a great play call by Kellen, just great with the timing of it. And, yeah, when I stuck my arms out, that was for Jared. Here you go. You asked for it, you got it. So
DallasCowboys.com. Sticking to the running game and what you were able to do with your legs today, when you are able to bounce off of tackles and rattle it off with a QB sneak for 25 yards in the first down, what kind of message do you feel that sends to defenders who maybe thought that you didn't have the legs or that you just stopped running late?
Yeah, I mean, I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. Not necessarily worried about sending messages to these guys. I think more importantly, credit that QB sneak to our offensive line. I mean, I had my head down just trying to go get the first down and just moving my feet. And I'm like, wait a minute, nobody's touched me yet. And just kind of came out of that and looked up, and it was just me and the safety. So, I mean, going for a QB sneak untouched until 20 yards down the field is credit to those guys. And credit to the receivers and just everybody. Putting a hat on somebody, as I said, finishing plays. We talked about it early in the week, making sure that we finish plays and all the way through, and making sure that we have more bodies and more jerseys on the camera than they do.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. So it looks as if you cut your other thumb on that play?
Yeah. Just my luck right now. It's all right. I mean, yeah, I guess when going down, I guess he stepped on my hand or something. Scraped right there by the nail. Just was bleeding a lot, but not painful. It'll be all right. Just skin.
What does tempo do for you guys, especially early in the ball game?
Yeah, tempo is huge. Just the pace of operation that just puts pressure on the defense. Obviously makes them make more simple calls, I guess you can say. Put pressure on the defensive coordinator, and for us, we know what we're trying to get to, and we can communicate well. We can muddle huddle, as you want to say, and we're great on the ball as well, just in our communication. So just changing that up, being able to get into turbos, being able to stay on the ball, huddle up. The defense doesn't know what to expect, and when you're able to start a drive and bounce in and out of it, that's great. And I think that's going to be huge for us moving forward.
There's Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott after today's 49-29 victory over the Bears. Dak goes 21 for 27, 250 yards. He has the 2 touchdowns and the 1 interception, and that resulted in a 114.5 quarterback rating there for Dak.
Rating,
so
yeah.
Solid performance once again from him. Another step in the right direction for the offense, and I will say looked pretty fly with that. Emmitt Smith on the week that is the 20th anniversary of Emmitt breaking the NFL rushing title record. You have Dak there.
That's a good call from him. All right, so MJ, man, finish it up, man. Talk to me, man.
Yeah, Law. So right now, I'm impressed with the that 1 touchdown on Brown. He just got to get better. He should have never got burnt in that play. So ain't no big thing. Now the one on number 1, he was right with the guy, but the whole field, even me and you couldn't cover that. I'm like, what a safety at? Ain't no way.
It was a blown coverage, man. He's supposed to have a side release, man, and it's just bad, man. He gave up that touchdown. They're gonna put it on him, though. You know how it go.
No, they can't put that on him. That was a bad.
But you know, PFF, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, gonna put that on him, though.
I know. But we ran for 200 yards. Davis looked good. Dak Prescott looked beautiful. Big number 95, that's what we was missing. And the other guys, they got to get better. But I was watching the linebacker play. 33, he got a whole week. He going to get better and better. Watch what I tell you. We missing that other linebacker that's fast.
No doubt. Harper, man. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. We gonna roll through this, but I thank you, man. Let me hear you say it.
How about them Cowboys?
No doubt, man.
Nathan.
Yes, indeed, man. That's my dog, man. MJ, man. All right, so we got super chats. Cameron Wood says, please open up the phone lines. Appreciate you, Cam. Oh, Cam. And Spock, can you save me with the $4.99 super chat? I'm going to try to read all of y'all super chats, by the way. Cowboys first all-day player, but the NFC East looking like the 19 of 92. How about them Cowboys? Appreciate you, Spock. Can you save me? $20 from Gregory. Appreciate you again for the super chat. Thank you. We got Roster X. We got Cab. And then we have the 703. And then the OT. Appreciate you. All right. Roster X in the house. What's good, man? What's good with you, fam? Talk to me.
It just feel good to smack somebody for real this season, man. I can't wait for the next one, man.
Yeah.
We got another week to chew on it. Let it simmer. I can't wait to get back to the action, man. It just feel good to just put we almost put a half a $100 on each.
Almost a half the hundo, you know.
They the new bet. They the new bet. They just took out Belichick. They the new bet.
Yeah.
Hey man, well this how it's supposed to be, man. I'm glad that back. I'm glad everybody else that was hating could fall back and we can do our work, man. Shoot.
Yeah, there's no room for hate today, man. The only thing that probably somebody could say today in this game is the Cowboys didn't stop the run, but shoot, they're the number one rushing team in the National Football League. Hey, if you could play a team and it's 9 times out of 10, 49 or 29, I think a third of the world would take, hey, give me the win. You know. I don't take the morals.
If you let somebody run 1,000 yards, but they still behind you, does it matter?
It don't matter. You're right. You 1,000% on that one, man. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you for calling in. Hey, let me hear you say it though, man. Let me hear you say it though, fam.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them, baby? That's roster, man. And now we have off the top ropes, Cam from the 205. You're live.
Oh, damn.
What's good? What happening, dog? How you feeling, man? You know, shouts out to you, man. I got Hennessy, man. We got all types of stuff for you, man. What's good, man? How you feeling about this win, man?
Nothing but, man, I'm on my second Mason Dog shine right now, man. That down home country shine, you feel me? Homemade.
Oh, my goodness, man. Make the kidney percolate, man. What's good, man? What you got for this show, man? What you got for it?
Man, we played good, man. I like how the offense looked. I seen a couple of people saying on Mark Holmes' channel and stuff like that, they were like, trade Zeke and Zeke gonna be traded out this year.
He got a no trade clause, man. Come on, man.
Right. But look, the other thing is Pollard is not as big as Zeke. So when we need those maybe like 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 4, you know, if we run the ball, you know, Zeke is the muscle. Pollard is the speed back. How many times we gonna have to say that? Even when we drop back on a play action pass and Zeke stays back there to protect Dak, Pollard can't do that because he don't have that muscle. Now he can chip somebody or something like that, but he don't have that muscle like Zeke has. Zeke is a pivotal part of our, you know, offense. So as Dak, so as Pollard. He played a hell of a game day. Let me say that about him as well.
Yeah.
And so is everybody else. I like to see how Ferguson coming along. Like he finding his rhythm. CeeDee Lamb doing his thing. Back when we played Tampa Bay, I remember everybody, CeeDee Lamb not a wide receiver 1. I'm not stunning wide receiver 1. I'm stunning what your hands do. I don't give a fuck who wide receiver 1, who wide receiver 2. I'm worried about what them hands do.
What them hands gonna do?
CeeDee Lamb showed us what them hands do. Gallup showed us what them hands do. The only thing we need is to work on the run defense, but we can get that worked out. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, my boy Micah got his first touchdown looking like goddamn D-Law out there running that touchdown. You feel me? Looking like D-Law.
I feel you, fam. I feel you. Hey, it's going to happen, man. I forgot all about James Washington. He going to come back. He going to try to do something.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let me tell you, let me tell you this. After the game, I took my husky outside. He had broke loose off his leash. Right. So I had a little run. And the man came out there and said he had on his Tony Pollard jersey today. Mm-hmm. And the man was like, oh, he looked like that boy. That boy ran that 54 yard. I was like, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you so much, man. Thank you, Cam.
I'm going to give it to you one time. How about them Cowboys, baby?
Cowboys, as I said, what the win do for you, baby. You know, hey, we feeling so good that the detractors over here want to mention the Eagles. That's okay. Y'all have a good seat over here. Y'all know where the best is at. I feel you, Eagles. Go grab a seat. Now, finally, you guys on top don't know how to carry yourselves. I see y'all in the chat. Murphy Brown, maybe I'm going to give you a pass because maybe AJ is your son or something. But it's good because deep down in the hearts of hearts, if my team won, which they did, I don't see me going over there to another team's page to be chilling and relaxing. Shouldn't there be, dare I say, an Eagles victory post-game page. You should be over there, but it's okay. You can grab a seat, man. We want you. The views count. They help me grow, so I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. I really love y'all for all tuning in. I got the JD, then the OT, and then I have Lady Jessica. Those are the next three from the 703 JD. Come on.
That's right. You know what's up, Law. I normally don't call after the game, but I'm going to make it quick. You know how I do. Great team win, and way to persevere. In the past, that Fowler penalty coupled with that Golson penalty, that would have made this team crumble. But it was it was good to see the team stick to the script, after that adversity. Hey, be very careful about what Jerry does, man. This is the type of game where he makes a splash in free agency and just ruins everything. But before I leave, I told you I would, we would see a resurgence of LVE now that Big Brother Hank is back. So you can, you can hit that. We can't hit the howl button, but what we'll do is we'll tip our cap to LVE and we them boys. I'm out.
All right, appreciate you, man. He did say that LVE would do his thing in honor of my guy JD, in honor of my guy LVE for pushing that ball and knocking that ball out and letting my guy Parsons know that he was a first-round draft pick too. So, I can yell too. It's not as good as the howl, but as good as I can get it. The OT from the 214 who sponsored a ticket for the game today for one of the lucky Cowboys fans, man. I appreciate you so much. You're live, OT. From the 214. OT. Hello.
What's up, Lo? What's up?
I was like, whoa.
My water team's good.
Yo.
How you doing, Lo? It was a good win, man. It was a good team win.
It was a good team win, man. I'm excited.
Well, we need to keep sending people to the game, man.
Oh, yeah. Every time you send someone to the game, it's monumental, man. I can't wait for him to send me all of the good stuff, what he did. I told him to take plenty of pictures. First and foremost, that don't have a good time, have a great time. And I'm quite sure he's going to send me some information in a few about his experience at the game.
Yeah, man. I just called in to say congratulations to the boys, man. It was a good team win. And where are the Dak hitters, man? My boy Dak came back and we put 49 on the Chicago Bears. It was a good win, and hopefully after the bye week, all the defensive players can come back and we can make a good run at the end of the season and get into the playoffs. So I just want to wish all the Cowboys fans, hey guys, let us keep wishing our team best of luck. It's not about one player; it's about the team. It is a team sport, right?
Right.
And hopefully we can have a good run and make it into the playoffs, and let's see what happens. Let's go, Cowboys.
Let's go, man. I appreciate you, man. And I'll hit you up a little later this week, too. But I appreciate you, OT. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's a good call from him, man. All right. Let's get ready to rumble, because I already know, baby. I already know. If you don't know her by now, then you would never know, because this is a lady. And Jessica, this is PVO Lounge. Shout out to you from the 903. You're live, lady.
How about those Cowboys, 49-29? Didn't they do that?
Yes,
didn't they do that?
Yes.
I told you. Who house is it? Lord, didn't I tell you they needed to mix up number 9? Because say Turpin up in the mix. And what did they do?
Yes.
They mixed him up in the mix. And he almost had a touchdown.
Yes.
They sit there and put 2 on him to keep him out. But that's okay. That's all right. Keep mixing him up in the mix and let him continue to do what he do. I'm so happy about this win. Now boys can go and they can relax and they can get themselves together and come back strong and be ready to kick the green cheese behind, because we owe Green Bay a whooping.
Yeah, we do. Oh, we do.
They had messed over Dallas Cowboys every time we played against Green Bay. So it is time for revenge on Green Bay. It is time to whoop the green cheese.
Yes.
We're not worried about no Philly seats. We're not worried about no command toolets. We're not worried about none of those other things right now. And if those teams want to say, oh, we 7-0, oh, we 7-0, but it ain't over yet.
Ooh.
See, y'all played against us when Dak was down. You know good and well Dak those whooped you she-girls back to back with his team.
Yes.
The whole team done whoop y'all when Dak was there. You beat us with a backup quarterback, so now you just feeling yourself. But let me tell you something, baby.
Oh, right.
You got to fight us one more game.
Uh-huh.
And, baby, this time, the commander-in-chief is back. And that is Dak attack, baby.
Yo.
I'm so proud that Dak ran that ball in for the touchdown. The first touchdown was by a quarterback. He set the tone. And everybody, what? You got to have a good leader. You got to be a good follower to be a good leader, right? That man is both. He done been there. He done been there. He came back. He done been through so many downs. But that's the thing about it. When you're down, people want to count you out. When you're down, they want to trash you. When you're down, they want to take everything from you. But one thing about God, he said that those that are last going to be first. And those that are first going to go where? To the back of the bus. So let me tell you something.
Come on,
God is coming back, and they're coming back strong. So be ye ready, you she-girl fan, because you're going to sing another tune very soon. Oh, yeah, you got a weak point. Everybody got a weak point.
Come on now. Come on now. Come
So
on
you
with it.
people
Come on.
that sitting here want to keep trashing the quarterback, want to keep trashing the other team members. Anytime somebody get hurt, you want to say, cut this, cut that. How about cut yourself loose from this team in this chat? Because we're sick and tired of your negative energy. It is PDO, baby. PDO. How about them Cowboys? We're on a bye. It makes me sad. I'm going to miss them, but they need their rest. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's go.
If you haven't been to church today, that's okay, because that's a testimony with the words of the Lady Jessica of the house, baby. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Come on, baby. She brought it, baby. I'm telling you, next we got Poindexter, Quade Cowboys, and then I got my guy Brandon. Yes, today, boy, if you haven't been to church, I promise you, you don't have to go now, because you got some of that good religion, that old time religion, man. Come on, Poindexter, you're live.
Victory is mine, yeah, victory is mine.
Victory
Man.
today is mine. Come on.
No, check this out, man.
What's
I'm
good?
checking out the game, and you know, halftime I called you. I told you the Bears had a shot.
Yeah.
You know, I told you they had a shot in their ass. But third down, stuff that we've been talking about. Third down, 9 of 11.
Yeah.
I'm going inside the numbers, man. Balanced offense.
Right.
29 runs, 27 passes. Dak was 21 for 27 for 250 yards. Plus, we had 200 yards on the ground. We had 7.8 yards per play. Now, when we talk about this defense, look, the Bears run. How I wish I could talk like Snoop. In the time of controversy, they run. In the time of scrutiny, they run. You know what I'm saying? They gonna run. That's what they do. The Bears have had over 200 yards rushing the last 3 games. That haven't happened since they had Gale Sayers and Brian Piccolo.
Wow.
And a side note, if you have you seen the movie Brian Song?
No.
Find that old movie, man, with Billy D. Williams. It's a story of Gale Sayers and Brian Piccolo. It's an old movie, man, but it's a real good movie. If you're a football fan, you would definitely love it.
Man, I'm going to have to Netflix that one and see if it's there. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Song. They
Brian
put
Song.
it all on the line, man. Them dudes was woe out. I know they're not supposed to be on the field, man, but that's what Chicago do. Every game is different. You know what I mean? You got to stand up because you knew they was going to run the ball. And I think they stood up. They was woe out, and they, you know, it's time for a bye week. But they stood up. They got the turnover. I was so happy to see Parsons get a touchdown, man. That is, you know, that's like the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? But that Fields, man, he's special, man. He's big, he's fast, he's elusive. D-Law had a couple of times he had him in his sight, but you got to attack that outside shoulder. At least you'll turn him inside. You know what I mean? But once he breaks contained, man, this dude is dangerous once he breaks contained.
Shoot. You ain't lying, but man,
man.
I'm glad we was able to slow him down just a little bit. You know, he didn't rush for as much yards he did the last game against the Patriots, nor did he rush for more yards than what Danny Jones did to us collectively. So we gonna have to really tighten up a little bit on this these RPOs, though. We gonna have to.
Well, look, that's the Bears' offense, man.
Yeah,
they brought a knife to a gunfight. You hear what I'm saying? You couldn't keep up with us running the ball. Not to say you couldn't keep up with us. But it's funny, man, because every game is different, man. They knew they was going to run, and they held up. You hear what I'm saying? The defense buys into Dan Quinn.
Right.
And I'm hoping that the offense will buy into Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is showing, you see Dak, a lot of people saying, this man is getting it now. He's putting us in the right positions.
Right.
He's having, when your players and stuff, you're like, okay, where are we going? We just doing different plays, or do you have some type of concept? They see, this, like you said, he got to grow, man.
Got to grow with him, man. This is fourth year.
To go through the growing pains.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you,
sorry,
man.
Did I interrupt you?
No, you good. Let me hear you say it before I let you walk up. Walk.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it loud. How about those 6-2 Cowboys?
Yes, indeed. That's Poindexter, baby, man. If y'all don't know who he is, man, he's a guy that always call, give me a little objectivity. And this dude right here, he kind of sound like, he said Snoop. Now I can't get Snoop out of my mind because he kind of sound like him. But he don't.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
He don't miss, man. He be on point. Now he gonna have me watching Piccolo and Gail Sayers and all of those boys, man. So all right, we got Quay from the 910. You in?
Hey, Law.
Hey, what's good with you?
How about some Cowboys?
Woo! Starting it off automatic. Didn't have to say anything. Ooh, I love it, baby. Talk to me.
Hey, get that button ready. Get that button ready, Law.
It's Mr. Nasty time.
Talk to me.
Get ready for this button, Law.
Uh-huh.
I want the Chicago Bears to just lean forward just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Right there. Don't you move. Don't you move at all. Right there.
Right there.
Slap the Bears sound like Godzilla. Get down. Down, boy. Down, boy. Go to your room.
How you like that $40 million quarterback running in there for that touchdown?
Woo!
How you like that $40 million quarterback getting the 49 points on the board?
Yeah.
How you like that $40 million quarterback getting all them passes caught?
Yeah, sing it, girl. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And next thing is Green Bay. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you?
Yes, indeed, lady. You know what? You know, when the Cowboys play the Green Bay Packers, this is going to be the right for the Cowboys to really do what they need to do. That's all I'm going to say.
That's
because
right.
we got this bye week. It's going to tease us. But we're going to be sitting back chilling. You know what I'm saying? I might just go get on a plane and fly to a beach somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I may have to go to Cabo. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
All right now, and let them hang, Cowboy
Yes,
Nation.
indeed. Woo! Let them hang, baby. Don't y'all know? Queen. She's a queen to be. She killed that one, man. Yes, indeed. I got my dog, my guy from the 815, Brad Dunn. What's good?
How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man?
Can I say this?
Talk to me,
I
man.
say this because people are getting on my nerves. Like, we give grace to everybody, but can we give some grace to this defense? Lord have mercy. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, this 29 points is the most points we done gave up. You got to go back to last season, like maybe week 12, 13, somewhere up in there to say when we gave up this amount of points. Come on, guys. Like, we played well. We had some injuries. We trying to get Jonathan some plays. We was getting Damone Clark some plays.
Some tick, yep.
We was mixing and matching out there. Come on, man. If we gonna give other players grace, get his defense. Our number one unit, please give us some grace.
Yeah.
Even Michael Parsons was nursing some injuries. So come on, man.
Yeah, put your hands together, man. Yeah, put your hands together, man. Parsons, Jonathan, Big Boy Hankin, if you're thinking about running up the gut while he's there, you must be out of your mind, right? And then on top of that, for what we said out of my guy, Damone Clark, with the spoonful of reps that he got 7 tackles, 2 solos, that's something that's nothing to sneeze at, especially in his first game back. You're right. Yeah, you're right with that.
That's all I'm saying. Like, and I'm gonna say this. I want to say this too. When you look at the tape of Damone Clark, you gonna see this dude really good in space. He was out there in coverage. His coverage looked pretty good.
Yeah.
You gonna see that on tape. That dude he legit, man. He gonna figure out that run game. Like he was a couple steps late, but that dude he a clear stud. Like,
now, what's your thoughts on Pollard and Lamb? What's your thoughts on those two?
I mean, CD he played well. To me, Tony Pollard has proven like he should be the lead dog. People want to act like Zeke, like this ain't coming to a head with Zeke contract. So I ain't gonna say nothing about it because they when you tell the truth, I guess that's not life. But Tony Pollard to me has proven. Stop saying that he can't run up the middle because he can. Like that's to me that's dated. Stop saying that he can run up the middle. So I'm not saying bench Zeke. I'm just saying we got to make Tony Pollard is probably after CeeDee Lamb should be our number 2 option. That's just me. But whatever.
Yes, indeed.
To Dak Prescott.
All right. So what about this right here? 21 for 27, 250 yards, 2 tubs, an INT, and a passer rating of 114. Let me hear you say something about that. Let talk to me, man. Talk to me, brother.
Okay, now the Queen, Lady Jessica, PVO. Look, he played really well. Like he had some zing on that ball I ain't seen him have in a while. Like although he was tight end in that jump to death, he had some power on that ball today. Today ain't one of them days to plant your flag. But I will say this, like the Queen said, our $40 million quarterback. I'm gonna remember these. Are we a passing team now? I think the formula still should stand. Since now this game has leapfrogged back into the top 3 quarterback, are we keeping him to that standard? That's all I'm asking. You got the whole. Tell me what standard you ain't giving me that much time.
No, I'm giving you all time, baby. I ain't put the clock on you, man. I'm letting you talk because I got time today. But you know what? Here's the thing. For him being 21 for 27, 250 yards, it's just a careless interception. My gosh, man, don't you know how much Donkey Kong side stuff I'll be talking if he just didn't throw that one interception. But outside of that, quarterback pass rating 114 with the 2 tubs. Oh, excuse me, I discounted the man. Oh my goodness, man. I discounted the man. I forgot about the tub that he scored with the legs. You know what I'm saying? So actually 3 tubs, baby. He was phenomenal today, baby.
Can I respond?
Come back. Talk to me.
Now, if this should be charm for the Dak fans. I think the reason why most people fell in love with Dak is because he also used his legs. But to me, he stopped using it. And one of my biggest things is you buy into this notion that he's a top 5 quarterback. Bro, you're a quarterback who uses his arm as you use your legs and your arm. Like, they complement each other. That's what I believe you guys fell in love with. Not this, oh, my stats look good, but we lose. That's all I've been saying. Can we incorporate, like, both of them? But like I said, I'm not judging Dak on being a 3-4 Bears. Like, I hate to be the fly in the ointment. But I'm judging Dak when it matters most. So, like, if we going to say he's the greatest of all time after beating the Bears, I don't want to hear, look, I ain't going to go there far. I'm just going to say, I'm going to hold him to this top 5 standard that y'all say he played, beating the Bears, which led us to this fact. He's a top 5 quarterback now. Like, okay.
Yeah. Now, all I want to know is that hill you stated on is getting smaller, man. I'm gonna try to get you up off that hill, and hopefully.
I'm not. This is the thing. I'm not on any hill. My thing is, play well when it matters.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I want Dak Prescott to get to the. I want Dak Prescott to get to the playoffs and to have this same type of performance, but minus that interception, by the way. And that's all I want. And when you get off of that hill, baby, man, you gonna have. I don't know your drink of choice, but man, you gonna have some. You gonna have some drinks, man. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you so much for calling in. Give me one more point before I let you roll.
To me, that's all I've asked for. I want this game in the playoffs. This was a great game. I said he had zip on the ball, all that. He played well. That interception was a little greedy, but he played well. I just want to see this in the playoffs. But I ain't going to win today. He played well.
Yes, indeed, man.
I know you stand down, stand up. How about them Cowboys, man?
Yes, indeed. That's my guy, Brandon, man. Man, we going to all remember the day we get him off of that hill. And I got to, hey, Brandon, when that happens, man, we're going to find you a stitched Dak Prescott jersey, baby. And we're going to make sure we going to find a way for Dak to sign it and everything. And I'm going to say that's the last guy to get off the hill on Dak Prescott, Brandon, because a lot of people talk it, but he is the only guy that calls in on a consistent level, man. I know Hakeem, he maybe got his schedule busy, but it used to be him and Hakeem, but I haven't seen Hakeem called in since the Detroit game, but I hope all is well with Hakeem. Y'all reach out to Hakeem. Hakeem, if you somewhere in the chat, come on, man. Don't leave your boy Brandon by himself. Don't do the dude like that. But come on, from the 210, you in.
Yo, what's up, man? How's it going?
What's good, man? Talk to me.
Hey, man, it's your boy Georgie here. How about them Dallas Cowboys, 6-2? What an amazing game it was. I mean, what I loved about this game is that both the offense and defense were on the same page. And, I mean, oh, my God, Micah Parsons and Tony Pollard were phenomenal today.
Phenomenal.
I mean, I got to say, yeah, go ahead.
No, you good. It's your time, man, your time.
Okay. Well, no. Well, I was just saying that, oh, my God, I mean, like, I can't believe that Fields, rather than, jumping in the air, he didn't touch Micah after he recovered the fumble, and he gets up and just ran it for the touchdown.
Right.
Man, you know what I'm saying? And, I mean, Tony Pollard, I mean, again, my hat's off goes to Tony Pollard because, I mean, to me, I think 3 touchdowns in one game, that's got to be a record for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, he was just phenomenal today. And if there were any other people speculating throughout the week about Tony saying, oh, he's got a lot of pressure in his hands and everything, he just proved them wrong.
Yeah, he did.
He just proved them wrong, man. And, I mean, if Dak Prescott played very well to get that first game-winning touchdown and the first 7 points of the game, man, he played amazing. He played really good, throwing some passes to CeeDee Lamb and, into his tight ends. He was amazing, as always. I mean, that's what I just loved about him.
No doubt, man.
So,
hey, it's a good game, man. I appreciate you so much, man, spitting all of the facts there. Let me hear you say it before I let you rock.
Hey, man, good to hear from you. I'm a big fan of your channel, Law. And how about them Cowboys?
No doubt, man. Good call from him. Hey, we got Mike,
Thanks, buddy.
man. Appreciate you, man. We got Mike next, man. And thank you for holding it down from the 757. Mike, man, what's in your heart, man? What's on your cranium? What's on your mind?
What's going on? What's going on, Bob? Yeah, man. I'm going to try to keep this one a little short for you, man. One thing is, good game from the team. Good game from the team.
Oh, yeah.
Halftime, I heard a lot of haters, man. A lot of haters called in. They were really mad at Dak for playing damn near a perfect game, man.
Yeah.
Don't credit that interception to Dak. I can't even be mad at Dak because I already know Dak has no nuts when it comes to overruling the coach's plays. Like, so he just ran with Kellen Moore call. We got greedy. CeeDee Lamb didn't finish. CeeDee Lamb didn't finish his route. It was clearly a post route. He didn't finish his route. He was afraid of taking the shot. That was CeeDee Lamb's interception. All right. So get off of Dak's back.
Yo.
Get off of Dak's back. How many games did Cooper Rush play?
I want to say 5.
5. How many times he scored 49 points?
None.
Around 9. You guys still want Cooper Rush to run all season? All season long? You want a full 17 games of Cooper Rush? This is the stuff I'm talking about. Dak is an excellent game manager. You guys are mad at him because everybody wanted him to be Aaron Rodgers for 3 straight years. 4 straight years, you guys wanted him to fight for this contract, and you turn him into Aaron Rodgers. That is not Dak's game. Dak's game from day one has always been to throw the ball around 25 times. And then we run the ball power, running football, and we go off defense because Dak is an excellent game manager. Excellent. I'm talking about A+++++++. That's how he's played. Remember we went on that 11-game winning streak when he was a rookie? It was the same thing that he did tonight. It was literally the same thing he did tonight, man. That's the guy you have. Stop trying to change him. He uses his legs. That's what makes Dak special. Man, he was in a QB sneak on 4th and 1. On 4th and 1. And he took the hell off for about 20, 30 yards. And you mad at Dak. You guys want Dak out of here. I don't even think that QB sneak with Cooper Rush on 4th and inches. I don't even think they did that. That's the guy you guys want to get rid of. Remember what you guys are asking for out here, man. And that defense, Trayvon Diggs is locked down. That's my dog. I think we got the best corner in the game. By the way, I think we got the best corner in this game. Hands down.
No doubt.
Hands down.
No doubt. Man,
Micah,
you preaching today, bro.
Special.
Special.
Oh, boy, we got dogs. You can't teach that. You can't teach that. We got dogs. You can't teach being a dog. You either that or you're not. That's it.
No doubt,
I'm out of here, Law.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Good call from him. That means that put Dak Prescott, if you do the math, 21 for 27. That's 77 point something completion percentage. Yeah, I'll take that. That means completing a lot of good passes there for 250 yards, 77 completion percentage. Yeah, hey, I know a lot of people would take that in a touchdown. If you add the 2 touchdowns and, of course, the rushing touchdown. That QBR is still low because of the interception that put him at 33. But, it's a situation that the Cowboys got to just be happy for what they got for right here. It's a win, man. It's 49-29. I don't think most teams be like livid, right? If you pick this team up and you put them in the Jets right now, they would say, oh, man, we're unstoppable. And even if the Giants, they scraping ways to win games, right? And they're not dominating or beating teams or blowing teams out or scoring for more than multiple touchdowns on victories. But, back-to-back 70-plus percentages, yeah, that's another way to look at it. So this team, man, good team win, good team altogether. I get it. The antics would be this versus that,
Goodbye.
that versus this. But I'm going to get me some real food. I'm going to get me a good time to celebrate. There may be a quick, what I do normally now is I'm going to do a quick recap, like a real quick recap for about 3 to 4 minutes for a short video, for short term, for short, what do you call that? For short information people, right? Like a lot of people, I try to be the universal guy, right? I hit y'all with some film analysis, hit you with some long form content, hit you with YouTube shorts, and check out my TikTok, man. One of the fastest Cowboys community TikToks out there, approaching 12,000 subscribers there. I really appreciate y'all so much on the TikTok game, and I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts, my cons, my pros, my good, the bad, the ugly, what the expectations would be for this bye week. And we still gonna have a celebratory day on Monday. And somebody make sure that the Twin Maker take his shots on Wednesday night, because that's the next time me and him will go live. And I'm thinking about maybe we'll do, since it's the bye week for us, maybe we'll do some joint YouTube content, whether it be the final word or whether it be with Jay Tuck or the round table or something like that. Maybe we'll have something like that to go on, and we'll get back with you guys soon. So let me know of your thoughts. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, baby. We won, baby. That's all that matter, man. We won. We won. That's all that matter, man. I know a lot of people gonna try to take away, right? Discount this and discount that. We 6-2. They had us dead before this time frame, right? They had us at this moment. When you look back at it, the quarterback was down. Cowboys had to elevate Cooper Rush, and he stood tall. Let's not take away from what he did, right? He had the heavier part of the schedule. Cincinnati, the Rams, right? Even the Giants at that time, the undefeated Giants. People fail to realize that, right? And then, of course, the Eagles, they did what they supposed to do against us. Slap it down to reality. CMC big for the Niners. Yeah, I see that, Brian Bradford. You know, when you're driving your automobile, your side mirrors is smaller than the windshield, and your rear view mirror is very smaller than your windshield. In order for you to get to your destination, you have to stay focused on your mindset, your pathway. Let's stay focused, Cowboy Nation. Now, you only glance when you're looking behind you, right? Or to the side or to the left of you. And if you're riding one of those high-tech cars, they say do not trust what you see only from the cameras. The optical illusion could be at play. So I come here to tell y'all, don't trust what you see from the Giants, even though they may seem to be inside of you. And even though when we look back at that Eagles game, it may seem as if though we didn't have any answers, but don't trust what you see. Clearly, what's on the side of you or what's behind you, just stay focused on what you got to do. So many people try to look at other people and judge their day one on someone else chapter 11 or someone else chapter 30. You just got to get your own way going, huh? Write this down, Cowboy Nation, and everyone just watching. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or lied about, don't deal in lies, or hate it and yet give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. Huh, Cowboy Nation? And on top of that, let's just flip this around because I don't even want to fill this one in. But how bad do you want it? Because they do say if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth, you spoken twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools or watch the things you gave your whole life for, broken and stooped and built back up again with worn out tools. But how about this? If there's one thing a man should always do, is mainly to himself be true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because raised voices give hearts and turn them to stone. You see, in the beginning, it was how about them Cowboys? Huh? The morals of life: live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will want to be smart. They'll take a decent man to alter his heart to seek to rip him apart. Those man no man should call a friend, because they bend lies around the trope till it meets their end. Cowboy Nation, stand tall, don't fold up like a wallet or a lawn chair. Take this victory that I got on my chest, because we are the best. We dominate the East. We all some beasts, baby. That's why they want to come for us. Don't fold up, baby. Let's continue to grind the sign, baby. That's been my time. DC for life. Let me get on out of here and play my theme music on my way out. Come on. One love, baby. We gonna run it up. Let's go. DC for life. Peace.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel lately.
I just wanna run it up.
Don't need no
Come on.
deals, I make the deal. Have a ticket to a meal lately. I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. What is your profession? Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe. Got blues inside.
Come on.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with LG.
Who in law, baby? Come on. Panic man, stayed at home, baby. JD from DC, appreciate you. Appreciate you, Gallup. Thank you for the super chat. Spark, Dak about to get 2 rookies paid early. He distributed the ball everywhere. Appreciate you for your super chat. Come on. The Marion, appreciate you. John Sullivan, Clifford Atkins, Derek Merrick, appreciate you on the Facebook. VIP, appreciate you. Pat Derby. Come on, Titus Jones, Michael. I'm gonna try to read out all of y'all super chat. Manning, Fresh, what's good with the $2 super chat? Hey, I had the victory jacket on, but man, that jacket leather, man. I'm inside, man. I was melting, but appreciate you. I had the victory jacket on. Cowboys first place, baby. Come on. Come on. I'll be a roll along. Amia, appreciate you. Thank you. Walker on the Facebook. Appreciate y'all. Looking for revenge. That's what we looking for. Great show. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. One love. Shout out to you, Murray. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Yes, it's Mr. Nasty time. We getting better as the process go through. DC for life, not for short. Appreciate all of y'all who gave this levels and levels of support. Appreciate you. Shout out to my guy, Graphic Zone HD, 100 grand for the backdrop. Appreciate you. Let me show y'all so I can see that beautiful backdrop brought to you by Graphic Zone HD. Let's get on up out of here. One love, Cowboy Nation. Let's continue to grind to shine.
Spartans! What is your profession?
100 grand, baby. Let's go. Touchdown, Seattle. Let's go.
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Could I be on
If it's your birthday this month, happy birthday to you. The end of it.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Darkness is your ally.